take on over. Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I know. So you're a boss man. No boss lady. No boss lady? Thank you very much. You're my new best friend. You really are the teacher. You don't like your noise out here. You just don't want to be by me, I know.
You got this.
Lovely. Perfect. Okay.
Check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check.
And once again, folks, while we're watching some more hot laps with some of your stalkers that you're used to seeing out here every Friday night at Heart of Texas Speedway in good old El Monte. Don't forget, if you've got dinner at the house, don't worry, we're going to cook dinner up for you. You've got great food here at the concession stand. And remember, you get some $5 rides coming up a little bit later on. Rodney, I'll let you get your headset on there.
Yeah,
Rodney,
absolutely.
what is that $5 ride once again?
Don't forget that coming up at intermission. We did it here on opening night where you can do the ride along. $5 tickets available at the beer stand at intermission. We'll draw a name. You can be out on the racetrack going pretty fast. All right. $5 at the beer stand. That's it. Sign your life away, and we'll get you in the race car, get you all geared up, and be ready to rock and roll. It is our ride along coming up at intermission right here tonight at Heart of Texas Speedway.
All right.
On the track now, modifieds. Here, your IMC.
Hot lap action with the Torian Outlaw Modified Series. And a caution will come out as the 51 ride takes a little bit of a loop-de-doop down in turn 4, and already right in smack in the middle of 4, kind of low through 3 and 4, right in the apex of the turn. Well, you can see a little bit on the dry side, and I'll tell you what, the promoters just have a whale of time. Here we go, we'll continue to race. Yeah, these guys get the gas on this class. Quick change rear ends. A lot of these drivers use quick change rear, and they are legal. As far as the engine, yeah, you can run pretty much what you brung. Obviously, we run pretty much by other sanctioned bodies rules. But yes, you can run a 500 cubic inch engine if you want to, but your little old 283 Chevy short block may do just as good because you're not spitting all that horsepower out the back end.
You just never know, and I think, Brad, the best thing about it is what we'll talk to people throughout the night is the consistency across the board, safety. These cars are
yeah.
mega safe. I'll tell you, the innovations that we've watched in safety over the years. I mean, I started, back in the 70s is when I got into this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And to see how everything, the safety apparel, just the integrity of the race cars, it's amazing to see drivers walk away from what they walk away from. More cars out on the track, touring Outlaw Modified Series. We are hot lapping at Heart of Texas Speedway.
That's her dad. Her dad. Strong in the pits with the Touring Outlaw Modified Series tonight, and here you have a preview of what you will see tonight. This is going to be some really, really fun racing action tonight with the touring class coming in here tonight, Brad. Yeah, you bet. Touring Outlaw Modified Series, our 8th year, going on 9 years old. Keith Pirtle you'll see down in the infield all night long. John Webb will be upstairs here with Spielman. That will be helping us making calls upstairs. So we're going to have 2 sets of eyes, one upstairs, one downstairs in the infield. That'll be Keith. And this is going to be a lot of fun. A lot of people say, hey, wait a minute. I know that name Spielman. Well, you ought to have been your announcer off and on for a long time out here, for sure. Horsepower on the modifieds. Right at about 725 horsepower per car.
That's a lot of horses.
If we get 24 of them to start the A main, which we will, we'll have a full field of 24 to start the A main event. Be right at about 17,800 horsepower.
Love it.
We'll explain what we do a little bit later on to get them going. Good-looking wrap jobs on these race cars. Driving the number 11 car, that's Wesley Veal. Wesley does a tremendous job of wrapping many of these race cars that you'll see tonight. The number 3 car right in front of us going by the flag stand right now is Sam Cox. Really had a great interview with Sam Cox earlier today in the pits. Good driver, been racing a lot of years. Jim Knight in the 73 Blue Ride, he is self-sponsored. That's right. He takes it all out of his front pocket and his back pocket. Jim Knight does.
Oh, really?
Still out 34.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Good. Not a bad car count for tonight. Total.
Real good car count.
Yeah, not bad at that at all. I'm 6 miles from Boyd Raceway. My house moved up there because of Boyd Raceway in 1981.
Yeah.
60 cars every Friday night. 62, 63. Can't get anybody up there. It's just too far. This location right here, man.
Yeah, this place does really well, and on a Friday night on top of that.
Oh, yeah. And they have forever.
Yep, you can.
Welcome everybody and
Yep,
all that.
absolutely.
And you can do
Absolutely. Whatever you want to do. Do it all. Have at it. Yeah, if you do that, that way I can shoot it and handle it. Yeah, he'll do the intro. Jim does it great. That's how you end the session right there.
All right, everybody, welcome here to Heart of Texas Speedway this beautiful Friday night. Want to thank the Toms, the Touring Outlaw Modified Series, for being here with us. A couple of quick housekeeping items before we get into the racing. Let's stay off of that front fence when we're green flag racing. We don't want anybody hurt, so stay off of that front fence. If you rented a chair tonight, be sure to return that chair back to its spot at the end of the night, back where you got them from. And then if you'll do us all a huge favor at the end of the night, let's return our the trash and whatnot to the receptacles. That helps our team throughout the week picking up the trash. So as we get ready, we got Pastor Jim here going to do our prayer. But first and foremost, we want to acknowledge and recognize everybody that's been here and everybody that's been in the armed services, armed forces. So if you've been in the Army, Navy, Marines, Navy, whatever, stand up, Air Force. Stand up and let's give you a big round of applause. And then if you're in the frontline workers, tow truck drivers, EMS, fire, police department, if you'll stand up so we can tell you thank you for keeping us safe every day in and out in this world. And now, Pastor Jim for our opening prayer.
Thank you, Joe. Before we pray, I just want to bring you up to date. Longtime owner of the Heart of Texas Speedway, Harold McCain, has had some health issues, but they got him up and going. He's in rehab. So this week, if you will, during your prayer time and your quiet time, lift up Harold. He'll appreciate it, and I will thank you for sure. Let's pray. Father God, we come to you, Lord, and just thank you and praise you for loving us. Lord, I just lift up our drivers right now, Lord, and ask for watch, care, and safety over each one. Lord, I ask you to watch over our fans, grant us traveling mercies back home later tonight, Lord. And Lord, I lift our veterans up to you and thank you for the freedoms that we have because of the brave. Lord, I ask you to also, I thank you for the men and women who are currently serving and protecting those freedoms. Lord, I ask you to bless each one here, each family represented here tonight. Lord, I ask you to watch over and keep them safe. And all these things will praise and glorify you. For your Son's holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. And if you'll turn your attention to the flagpole in the center, the Stars and Stripes, Mr. Rodney will get us our national anthem.
Let's go racing! And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Heart of Texas Speedway in beautiful Elmont, Texas. And by golly, Rodney Rodriguez, that's the best I've ever seen you guide a band in my life. That was really good, man. You didn't hit one flat note.
I'll tell you, man, it's always, Brad, something of a work of art to make all of that happen. Thanks to Jim Fielding there, as always, for blessing our night and getting us started. Full card of action. The factory stocks will roll out first, followed by the IMCA stock cars, the Touring Outlaw Modified Series, your Outlaw Street Stocks, and your IMCA Southern Sport Mods. That is your running order tonight as we get set to go. First out on the track, here comes heat race number 1 for your factory stocks. Taking a look at the starting lineup. On the point, still in a loader in the 580, it's Mike Land on the outside, Ty Miracle in car number 46. Row 2 on the inside, Elliott Black in the 92, Charles Mulvaney on the outside, car 714, 444X. That is Locken Hodnell on the inside of row number 3. On the outside, Jacob Pruitt, car number 62. And Jerry Pittman will go shotgun on the field in car number 27. And we get set to go. Heat race number 1 for the factory stocks here tonight to get us fired up and ready. Race fans, don't forget, coming up on May the 6th, Demolition Derby time, the annual Demolition Derby at Heart of Texas Speedway. The Friday night lights are shining. It's time to go racing. Here they come around. Green and going. We are off and rolling. Green flag in the air. Into turn number 1, there's Mike Land. Of course, his car damaged at Cotton Bowl Speedway a couple of weeks ago. He's jumped into this 580 right here. Derek Cates, he stands on the gas and runs down on the bottom side. Here's Miracle going to the outside. The 92 car, Black sits in the 3rd spot. He'll go to the top shelf, but he's got company down on the bottom. Lap 1 in the books that time by. And it is Mike Land in the 580, but here's Miracle all over the back bumper. Hot spot on the racetrack right now. It's Hudnell in the 444X on the bottom side, and Elliott Black up on the top. Here they come out of corner number 4. Around goes the 62. Jacob Pruitt stalls right there at turn number 4 as he spins around. Let's see if he's able to get rolling. It looks like that car is moving momentarily as the leaders make their way around. Here is a first caution flag of the night. 62 car there of Pruitt as he loses the grip up on the top side. He goes around, the caution flag waves. So getting racy up at the front of the pack as Mike Land holding on, but Miracle is right there. I like the 444X right there. The battle with the 92, so we'll get ready for a Texas two-step Waco restart. We'll try it once again here in factory stock heat race number 1 here tonight, just underway as you check in on All Access, raceontexas.com. Good stuff happening here at the racetrack. Touring Outlaw Modified Series here, 34 strong in the pits and a full field. As the regular modifieds, IMCA Waco modifieds, run for $700 to win tonight. So lots of money on the line. You'll see a lot of the crossover from the modifieds as they will go over to the Touring Outlaw modifieds tonight. So we'll have all of that action for you. So out by his lonesome is Mike Land. They go 2x2 behind him. They double stack it. Lights are flashing right there as we get set to go once again on the gas. And we are green flag racing once again here at Heart of Texas Speedway. Down the front straightaway, here is the 580 up on the point. That is Mike Land. Miracle right behind him. Good run for the 46. Way down at the bottom of the racetrack is Hudnell in the 44 or 444X up on the top side, the 92. Half a car length in between them. Miracle will slide up the racetrack, but it is Mike Land up on the top side. He's got that 580 running nice and smooth right there. Middle of the racetrack. Miracle's going to try to take a peek up on the top side. He'll get back in line behind him once again. He stabs the brake right there. Going to take a peek down on the bottom side. Here's Miracle in the 46. Takes a dive right there, but too much for Mike Land up on the top side. And Mike will hold that spot as they race into turn number 1. Back straight away they go. Miracle way up on the cushion. Loses some ground right there. 2.5 car lengths is the advantage. Miracle will try to gather it back in. Here they come around up on the 3rd shelf. Here is the 580 once again of Mikey Land down into turn number 1. Land guiding that car nicely around. The 444X of Hudnall runs in the 3rd spot, followed by the 92 of Elliott Black this time around. 2 sticks in the air, 2 more times this time by for Mike Land in car number 580, holding the advantage. We'll call it 1 car length over Miracle. Onto the back straightaway we go. Miracle really flirting with that cushion just a little bit as he lays that right side just up on that berm. White flag in the air right here. 1 more time around. Miracle trying to get a run on the bottom side. Nothing doing. Into turn number 1 they go. It's going to continue to be Land. It's half a car length onto the back straightaway they go. Land stretches it out 1 car length in between him. His Miracle going to take a peek down on the bottom. But watch the 580. A lot of drive up on the top side. It'll be Mike Land. He'll win heat race number 1 in the factory stocks. Ty Miracle comes home second in car number 46. Followed by the 444X out of Hardin, Texas. It's Lake and Hadnell, and that will be heat race number 1. Coming up next, heat race number 2 for your factory stocks. Heat race number 2 of 3 as we roll them out on the racetrack. Here is your starting lineup. On the point, car number 21 is Clint Howard on the outside. The 47 of Shannon Dulock on the inside of row number 2. The 54K of Melvin Kemp Jr. on the outside. The 3M of Jason Bogard. Row 3 on the inside. 17M of Christopher Mercer on the outside. Travis Hudnall in car number 444, rounding out the pack. In car number F73, it is Michael Hale. Hale aboard car number 73. Heat race number 2 for your factory stocks. 7 cars, 8 laps as we get set. Everyone transfers into the main event, obviously here tonight. So let's watch that front row as they make their way onto the backstretch with Clint Howard on the point. Dulock up on the outside. Dulock had a shunt here at the end of the race last week with Caden Honeycutt. That sent James Schoenrock to victory lane. So here they come around as we get set in the start zone. Green flag. David Sisk sets us a sail and off into turn 1 we go. Up on the top side, Dulock trying to get the drive way down bottom feeding. Here comes Kemp in the 54. He'll go to the second spot. Hudnall there in the 444 running right behind him. Dulock way up on the top side. He'll lay it on the cushion. Makes his way down into turn number 1. 1 car length is the advantage for Dulock. Here's Kemp right behind him. Clint Howard trying to run down at the bottom of the racetrack. He's able to stay right there, but the 444 going up to the top side. But the top 2 cars beginning to check out from the field. Dulock up at the top of the racetrack. Lap number 2 in the books. Kemp rides in the second spot. Clint Howard is your second place car. That is your top 3, but he's got company up on the top shift. Hudnall is there. Hudnall trying to drive it deep into the corner. Howard back on the gas down at the bottom. Hudnall slides the back end sideways, getting racy up at the front of the pack. Dulock trying to hang on, but here comes Kemp down to the bottom. Side by side out of turn number 2. Kemp on the bottom, Dulock on the top side. They'll go into turn number 3 at the quarter panel. Here's Kemp trying to get the drive down at the bottom. This time by halfway home. 4 down, 4 to go. Dulock able to hold on. Throws a little bit of a block right there. Dulock able to hold on to the top spot. Here comes Kemp back at him one more time. Melvin Kemp Jr. in the 54K caution flag. Caution flag on the racetrack, turn number 4. 17 Emma Mercer goes around along with the 73 of Michael Hale. So we are at the halfway point. Dulock able to hold on, but Melvin Kemp in the 54K is finding spots on the racetrack. He's just got to get the drive down at the bottom.
Okay, Rodney, you run 8-lap heat races, is that right?
8-lap heat races here for our regular classes.
Okay, very good. You know, at one time we considered the street stocks a long time ago an entry-level class. There is no way
anymore.
You can call stocks an entry-level class anymore. They're great drivers.
I don't know of an entry-level class anymore.
There is none, even the 4-cylinders.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, even they're fast. The 4-cylinders, unreal.
You get some really creative 4-cylinder guys around the state of Texas that we watch.
You do. You know, in that lead car, Dulock, good grief, that name's been around here for about 109 years.
That's a staple right here at Heart of Texas Speedway. And depending a lot, it's 50-50 here. He's got a lot of fans. He's got a lot of folks that maybe are not big fans of Shannon Dulock. We'll find out what he does here as we are at the halfway point. Green flag in the air. We are off and racing in heat race number 2 for the factory stocks. Dulock lays it up on the top side into turn number 1. Kemp right there. Clint Howard followed by Hudnall in the 4-4-4. Side by side is a battle for third. Hudnall down on the bottom. Clint Howard rides in the second spot at the quarter panel. Good drive down at the bottom. Cranks the wheels and around goes the 4-4-4. Able to hold on. Meanwhile, the battle is up at the front of the pack as Hudnall able to gather that one in. At the quarter panel onto the back straightaway they go. This time by 2 sticks in the air for your race leader Shannon Dulock. But he's got a back bumper full of Melvin Kemp Jr. Here they come by. 2 laps to go for Shannon Dulock. Hanging on. Melvin Kemp Jr. rides in the second spot. Clint Howard now by himself in third. Onto the back straightaway. A little bit of a bobble right there. Kemp's going to sail up to the top of the racetrack. He'll get it back in line. They go into turn number 3. Here's Kemp trying to wheel that car, trying to diamond it down to the bottom of the racetrack. White flag in the air, quarter mile to go this time by for Shannon Dulock. 2.5 car lengths into turn number 1. Kemp trying to get the drive. Dulock, too much power up on the top side, too much drive. 2 car lengths into turn number 3. Out of corner number 4, David Sisk, checkered flag in the air. Shannon Dulock will win heat race number 2 for the factory stocks. Melvin Kemp, Clint Howard comes home in the 3rd spot. Travis Hudnall will be in 4th. That is heat race number 2 for the factory stocks. 8 laps of action right there. And it looks like once again, Shannon Dulock fired up and ready to go. He's going to be a man on a mission tonight after the ending of that last race here last Friday night, as it looked like he might pick up a win in that main event. Not able to pull it off immediately onto the back straightaway. Here comes heat race number 3. On the point in the 88J, upside down last week. He tumbled in turn number 1. It's Jeff Blackwood in the 88J on the outside, coming off of a podium finish last week of 3rd. In the 25 on that crazy last lap, it is my man Michael Gannett. On the inside of row number 2, looking to go back-to-back after a fantastic win. Inside of row number 3, it's James Schoenrock off of that first career win in the factory stocks. On the outside, the 494, Dylan Kidwell. Row 3 on the inside. In the knot, it's Brian Johnson. And on the outside, James Mercer Jr. in the 18M. 8 cars, 6 laps, factory stocks. Heat race number 3 as we get set to go in what promises to be a really, really good feature race tonight as we go. Here's Blackwood on the point, Gannett on the outside, David Sisk in the birdcage. We are ready to rock and roll. Green is in the air, and we are racing once again at Heart of Texas Speedway. Blackwell down into the corner. He'll take a half a car length down. Schoenrock immediately up to 2nd. Side by side is the battle. Gannett trying to work up on the top side. Dylan Kidwell right there at the quarter panel. Kidwell will go down to the bottom of the racetrack. Kidwell working there. Blackwell hanging on. Here is Jeff Blackwell. That time he will lead by half a car length. James Schoenrock up on the top side. 0.294 seconds is the advantage right now for Jeff Blackwood. Blackwood down at the bottom. Schoenrock's going to go up to the top shelf. Here they come around. Kidwell with a nice push. Now to corner number 4. Blackwell hanging on right in the middle of the racetrack. Kidwell trying to put the pressure on Schoenrock. Schoenrock working up on the top, way outside, pushing the cushion is Michael Gannett. He'll drop back about 20 car lengths from the 494 of Dylan Kidwell. Side by side, the battle for 2nd. Schoenrock up on the top side. Back in line once again, Dylan Kidwell to the front of the pack. Jeff Blackwood running down at the bottom of the racetrack. You check in on Race on Texas, all access. The battle is for 2nd. Dylan Kidwell down on the bottom. James Schoenrock shoved to the top of the racetrack. He'll try to gather it back down. We are halfway home this time by. Schoenrock to the bottom. Now let's see if Schoenrock can work down at the bottom of the racetrack. He's been in the 2nd, into the 3rd groove. Now he'll work on the bottom as he goes on the offensive. Now trying to chase down Dylan Kidwell here in factory stock heat race number 3. Count them, 5 laps in the books right here for Blackwood into turn number 5, or turn number 1. Half a second is that advantage. Side by side, the battle for 2nd. Schoenrock down on the bottom side, Kidwell up on the top. They go door to door, they go wheel to wheel into the corner. Schoenrock working on the bottom. Blackwell fades back just a little bit. 2 laps to go that time by. Schoenrock will hold the 2nd spot that time by. Now he goes to the bottom. Working way down at the bottom of the racetrack is Blackwell. Let's see if Schoenrock shoves that car back up to the top. Schoenrock really, really good up on the top side. Now everybody bottom feeds. Your top 3. White flag in the air this time by. Quarter of a mile for Blackwood. Blackwood is there right behind him. Sniffing that lead is James Schoenrock. Onto the back straightaway. Schoenrock, let's see if he's going to little bit of a tap. He'll go down to the bottom of the racetrack. Out of turn number 4. Here they come. Schoenrock trying to get the drive at the line. Give it to Blackwell. Blackwell, Schoenrock, Kidwell, and the 4th place driver, car number 25 of Michael Gannett. Good racing right there in heat race number 3 for the factory stocks. Jeff Blackwell, a nice comeback right there. James Schoenrock is able to get back to the 2nd spot. Schoenrock working different parts of the track right there. This is going to be a really, really good feature race tonight.
Okay, and it looks like after each race, the top 3 or top 4 that have to go to the scales.
Top 4 go to the scales.
Top 4.
Top 4. Onto the racetrack right now. Here is Joe Spillman's favorite class. Take a drink right now if you're on Race on Texas or if you're right here with us at Heart of Texas Speedway. These are your IMCA stock cars as they make their way out onto the racetrack. 2 heat races for the stockers. Showing them one this time by. Your starting lineup on the point in car number 48 are It's Raymond McSpadden on the outside, the 94A of Allison Morris. Inside of row number 2, it is Doug Lorenz. Lorenz in the 97, Travis Norman on the outside in the 3X. Row 3 down on the inside, Lance Hansen Jr. in the 5H. And on the outside, car number 21 is Dustin Mooney. And as Joe joins me, Joe, this is a locked and loaded heat race right here. You got some darn good stockers right here.
Just about any of the stock cars that are here tonight can win just about any night, anywhere. So here we go. Lights are out, and we will be going green this time, by.
Well, you get set to go. David Sisk drops that rag, and here we go. Raymond McSpadden, hole shot into turn number 1. He goes immediately down to the bottom of the racetrack. Doug Lorenz right there. Let's watch the top line. Allison Morris in the 94A. Travis Norman takes him 3 wide into the corner. Norman up on the cushion. Here they come off of turn number 4. McSpadden will hold on. Norman fades back. Lorenz right there. This is very intense on lap number 1.
Very, very good racing with Doug Lorenz all the way down on the very bottom of the racetrack. Allison Morris right through the middle, and then Norman up on the top side. But it is all Raymond McSpadden all the time right now. The 48R coming down to 2 down and 6 laps to go in your IMCA heat race number 1 out on the racetrack. Raymond McSpadden leads them down the back straightaway, followed by 97 of Doug Lorenz, and then Travis Norman in the 3X.
48R hanging on. Look at this gaggle of cars back there behind him. Allison Morris down on the bottom as they try to chase Doug Lorenz. Dustin Mooney goes to the top side. Lance Hansen Jr. doesn't have a lot of room to do anything. Hansen will try to get a drive off right there. Check out the battle. McSpadden down at the bottom of the racetrack. Everybody stretching the track. Lorenz way up to the top. He'll push the cushion. Travis Norman goes to the second spot. Dustin Mooney, Lorenz, Morris goes down to the bottom. Here comes Lance Hansen Jr. up into the second groove working on the top side.
Lance Hansen finally found a little bit of room and was able to get around a couple of cars in the backside, but don't look now. Dustin Mooney down on the bottom of the racetrack, digging on the bottom, finally got clear of a couple. Lance Hansen now all the way up into the top 3, top 4. 3 wide down the back straightaway. You got Norman on the outside, Hansen, and then you got Dustin Mooney in a 21 machine. But here we go, 2 flags in the air, 2 laps to go for Raymond McSpadden in a 48 machine.
Lance Hansen Jr. taking the long way around Heart of Texas Speedway. He's going to dime off of turn number 2. Travis Norman down on the bottom. Dustin Mooney right there. It has been Raymond McSpadden. White flag in the air one more time around. Lance Hansen Jr. continuing to navigate up on the top side. He will be the second place car that time by. Travis Norman down on the bottom. Mooney continues to work up in the third line, Joe. How about this drive for Raymond McSpadden? This is some kind of clinic right here. He walked the dog in this one.
Raymond McSpadden had a few issues last week in the feature race and got tore up, and so I think he is back with a mission. He called me this week, had a gear broke, he had to find a gear. Hansen there all the way from the dead last to second on the last lap as your stock car heat race number 1 is in the books. Raymond McSpadden, your winner. Stock car heat race number 2 rolling out on the track. On the pole, the monster truck himself, the 84 is Zach Terry, and the outside of 22 of Justin Wieringa. Inside row number 2, the 21E of Alan Essenberg, and the outside of 187, that's Pizzo PJ Egbert. Inside Cameron Cook in the 11 car, and the outside row 3, the 114 of Thomas Hall, and then Austin Smith in the 313 starting shotgun. I believe he's going to kind of hang back a little bit, get some hot laps under him before he just piles up on there.
Let's take a look at this one. You've got Hall there in the 114. Cameron Cook, the youngster's been doing some really, really good things here. Just hadn't really got the luck to pan out for him, but that's been a very strong car right there. You got a good front row with Terry and Wieringa. This is going to be some good action right here.
I don't see the 187.
Yeah, I don't see Egbert out on the racetrack. 6 cars, 8 laps, heat race number 2 for your IMCA stock cars. Green flag in the air as they make their way out of turn number 4. Terry down on the bottom will guide the field into turn number 1. Here comes Cameron Cook. 3 wide in turn number 1. Cook down on the bottom. Look at that push. Good drive right there. As you watch him go into turn number 1, trouble on the back straightaway. 2 cars get turned sideways. Wieringa down at the bottom in car number 22. Cameron Cook takes the field down into turn number 1. But the caution flag will wave. Caution flag waves. As 1 car sitting on the back straightaway right there. You had 3 wide down into the corner. Here comes Alan Essenberg in car number 21. It looks like the car that was having a little bit of trouble there getting fired up on the backstretch.
Hey, Rodney.
Was the 13.
I was going to tell you that all of our races tonight, including these races, are being filmed by KK up here. KK is our Tom's Racing.tv. video lady, and she's got it all together. Her dad will be out here racing a little later on. But if you want to watch some good racing, get online, tomsracing.tv.
Absolutely, dual streaming here tonight. You've got multiple ways to check this out. Of course, all access with the Race on Texas with a Texas two-step Waco restart coming up. Cameron Cook immediately to the front of the pack as they went 3 wide down into turn number 1. Zach Terry inside of row number 2 on the top side. The 187 of PJ Egbert. Thomas Hall down on the inside. Ringo will go to the outside of row number 2. And shotgun on the field, making his way out onto the racetrack. He's 1 lap in errors right now is Alan Essenberg as we get set to go. IMCA stock cars. David Sisk in the birdcage. He'll flash that yellow light at him.
All right.
We are getting set to go right here, Brad. Here we go. Corner number 4. Green flag in the air. We are racing at Heart of Texas Speedway. Cameron Cook immediately on the gas. Here comes Egbert. Egbert to the top side. Egbert's going to take it up to the top. Cook working down on the bottom. Seeing a lot of action down at the bottom of the racetrack right now. Here's Hall side by side. Terry, they are oh so close. Continues to be Egbert up on the top side. Cameron Cook leads lap number 2. Single file all the way to the back of the pack. Alan Essenberg all over the back bumper right there of the 114 of Thomas Hall Jr. The 22 of Justin Wyringa. It's 1 car length up at the front of the pack. Egbert rides in the 2nd spot. Cameron Cook trying to hang on as they make their way around. Around goes Zach Terry. Zach Terry, you see him right there on Race on Texas, sitting right up against the infield tractor tire. He will get that righted. He will get that rolling. We stay clean and green. Here they come around. Cameron Cook, bottom of the racetrack. Halfway home this time by for your race leader, Cook in the 11. Egbert rides in the 2nd spot. Thomas Hall Jr. now there. Justin Wyringa on the inside as they go side by side onto the backstretch. Here's Cameron Cook going down to the bottom. Zach Terry will go up to the top of the racetrack. This is lap number 5. 5 in the books right here. Then IMCA Stock Car Heat Race number 2 as we race along here tonight under the Friday night lights at Heart of Texas Speedway. The world famous Heart of Texas Speedway. 55 years strong, 55 plus years. 2 sticks in the air this time by for Cameron Cook aboard car number 11, the 187 of Egbert, the 114 of Thomas Hall Jr., the 84 of Terry up on the high side. He's not going to make it easy for Cameron Cook. That 84 car was super quick at the beginning of the race until that unfortunate spin. White flag in the air right here. Quarter mile to go for Cameron Cook as he makes his way into turn number 1 and now gets set to head to the back straightaway for a final time down into turn number 3, bottom of the speedway. It'll be the youngster winning IMCA Stock Car Heat Race number 2, Cameron Cook over PJ Egbert and Thomas Hall Jr. Cameron Cook, the youngster, making the tow each and every Friday night all the way from Grand Prairie, Texas, with us here tonight at Heart of Texas Speedway. He'll win Heat Race number 2 for the iStocks. They will be back a little bit later tonight for some fantastic main event action, as that iStock race will once again be a very, very good race. That's coming up later in the night as we get set to head to our main event competition. Right now, it is our guests that are here tonight, the Touring Outlaw Modified Series. We turn it over to the voice of the series. It's Mr. Brad Crane.
Well, thank you so much, Rodney. I'll tell you what, this has just been great. The track looking super, super smooth. And I'll tell you what, it's just a promoter's nightmare. And it's not just Waco, trust me, it's all over the great state of Texas, especially here in North Texas. We don't like these Lubbock winds no more. We're getting tired of this. These West Texas winds, believe me, none of us like them. So it's a real guessing game on how much moisture, what do I do next, blah, blah, blah. And, of course, Selby Holder being a magnificent promoter, as you can tell by this racetrack, he can do what he can do for the water, with the water, that's for sure. And we've got the first heat coming up now. Again, our heat laps will also, heat races will also be 8 laps. 8 laps long. We'll be bringing them out onto the track here momentarily. We're going to let last year couple of stockers get over the scales. They look like they're in good shape, and they were going to head back to their pits. And we'll bring out the Touring Outlaw Modified Series next. Once again, KK is up here with TomsRacing.com, TomsRacing.tv. You can go out and watch races all race long, and you can download them a little later on. And here comes the Touring Outlaw Modified Series, heat number 1. Bringing them out onto the track is Skip O'Neill. Skip drives the number 8 car. He'll start inside pole. Next to Skip O'Neill is Kate Westover. He's out of Altus, Oklahoma in the 15W car. Second row inside, Sam Cox. Had a great interview with Sam Cox earlier today in the pits. He's from Flower Mound. He drives number 3. Wesley Veal does a beautiful job of wrapping many of these Tom's Racers cars. Wesley Veal drives the number 11X car. He is out of Princeton. Eric Tomlinson. Eric Tomlinson drives the number 10 ride. He's from Robinson, Texas. And next to Eric is Dylan Pike. Had a great interview with Dylan Pike in the number 6 car. He's from Waxahachie. Max Eddie Thomas been racing a lot of years. Max Eddie Thomas drives the 82 car. He's from Quinlan. Rusty Trevathan from Wiley, Texas. Rusty's been racing a lot of years. Whoops, I'm sorry, Rusty did not make it. Okay, then it'll be Michael Risky in 2R, and here we go. We are underway. And it'll be the 15 car. 15W car of Cale Westover making a super fast pole shot. Cale Westover sets it up for turn 3, smoothly brings it out of turn 4. Cale Westover, some of the drivers get up high, cost them a lot of real estate. And the 11X car looks like Wesley Veal had a problem on start, and Wesley Veal has a problem at the top of 3 and 4. And let's see here, caution coming out for Wesley Veal's car. Whoa, and several other drivers go, throw it away. Fortunately, these drivers do not like tearing up their equipment or anybody else's equipment. They shut it down in one super duper fast move, and nobody is hurt other than, oh darn, my feelings are hurt a little bit. I was running pretty good up in front. Now I got to go to the back of the back.
Tell you, Skip O'Neill with a really good job right there, Brad, as he went up and over the hill right there at the beginning of that race. Did a really good job to gather that thing back in. You did have the problem at the end right there with Wesley Veal, but I got to tell you, Cale Westover at the front of the pack, and this is a name that folks are going to be very familiar with when it comes to modified racing around the Southwest right here. When you get Westover at the racetrack, this is a guy, he's coming for the money. He's coming for checkered flags, and you see the dominance with the whole shot move right there.
That's for sure. Cale Westover did start in that number 2 starting spot, but immediately got the whole shot, and Westover won. Heck of a talented race car driver. I'm glad you brought that up, Rodney. It was just super. This is excellent. And we'll try this once again. We're going to give him one more tour of the racetrack.
Brad, if you don't mind, again, remember, race fans, $5 a shot over at the beer stand. Your opportunity to do a ride-along at intermission. We'll do that drawing at intermission. $5 a ticket. We'll call that winning number. You can be on the racetrack with Mr. Egbert coming up at intermission.
Oh, boy. Sounds like fun. Okay, Westover is in the lead. I think we got a lap down officially, and here we go. We are back underway. Wow, Westover on the gas. Cale Westover on the gas. Talk about a super fast race car. Cale Westover in that 15W car, W as in Westover, is starting to open up a little bit of row estate over second place right now. Second place is that number 10 car of Eric Tomlinson. Eric Tomlinson out of Robinson, Texas. Been racing here at Waco for a lot of years. Tomlinson, I'm assuming, is a Heart of Texas regular. In that number 10 car, really looking good, running second place right now. Tomlinson holding on to second. Then we got the number 8 car, Skip O'Neill. Skip O'Neill does a good job of running in third. He does hold on to third place. Skip O'Neill getting under Skip now. Almost was the number 92 car. They got the 82 car of Max Eddie Thomas. Max Eddie Thomas out of Quinlan, Texas. Max Eddie doing a fine job. Been racing a lot of years. And again, Cale Westover in the 15W car with the gas on. Really, really looking fine. We are halfway through this first heat race for the Touring Outlaw Modified Series drivers. Toms, as we like to call them. They are up in front having a good time. I should say, hey, the one and only Westover's up in front having a good time. He's going to the top part of the track, high part of the track. The white flag flies. We've got one lap remaining. One lap Westover in absolute commanding fashion of this first heat race. Cale Westover, the beautifully prepared 15W car. Cale Westover out of Altus, Oklahoma, comes up with the win, followed by the number 10 ride of Tomlinson. Eric Tomlinson does come in second place, and third will be our pole sitter, Skip O'Neill, coming up with third. I'll tell you, well, mercy. I believe Cale Westover came to Heart of Texas with his race face in place. The Oklahoma drivers out of Altus, Oklahoma, Cale with the gas on. Wow.
Good drive right there by Cale Westover, that Altus, Oklahoma driver, dominating fashion right there. Taking it up to the top shelf, and he runs that race. Top 3 cars go to Tech, top 3 transfer in. There'll be a couple of B mains tonight, as we talked about, Brad. 34 cars in the pits tonight with your Touring Outlaw Modified Series. Here comes heat race number 2. Nice run right there for Eric Tomlinson, one of the Heart of Texas Speedway regulars. Heat race number 2 out on the racetrack.
All right, 8 laps. Again, we've got 8 drivers in this one, and starting on the pole, it'll be Rusty Trevathan Jr. in the number 5151 ride. Next to him is Chris Hennigan. Chris out of Marshall, Texas. He's in the 16 ride. Josh Landers, he drives the number 14X car. He won Big O Speedway, our opening Tom's race 2 weeks ago. Josh Landers out of Princeton, 14X. Michael Maples runs number 99X. Kevin Green, you know that name, Green. His dad raced here for many, many years. And here we go, we're underway. Carl Large is in 33. Chad Melton in 71, Jim Knight in 73. Jim Knight, a privateer. That's why you don't see any sponsors on his car. He does it all out of his pocket. Your early leader, Chris Hennigan, out of Marshall, Texas. Chris doing a good job up high and stays in the lead. Chris Hennigan doing a fine job holding on to second. It's the number 51 ride of Rusty Trevathan Jr. Rusty Trevathan Jr.
They come making their way around, continues to be Hennigan. Trouble up at turn number 4, but back on the racetrack, everything clean and good right there, the 99X car. Michael Maples.
Good racing action, and the high line is working well for our leader in that number 16 car, Chris Hennigan, having himself one fine race up high, followed by the number 14 car, Josh Landers, was able to get around the number 5 ride of Kevin Green. Kevin does run third. You saw his dad, Keith Green, race here for many, many years in the orange number 5 Texas All-Star Modified many years ago. Still holding on to second place. It's the number 14 car, Josh Landers. Josh doing a fine job in his 14X ride. And we continue to watch good racing action as our leader, Chris Hennigan, does an excellent job. Chris Hennigan calling, let's see here. Chris Hennigan is out of Marshall, Texas. That's home for Chris. Good racing action. 2 laps remaining. 2 laps. As Hennigan continues to watch these, continues to lead. Hennigan continues to lead all these modifieds, having himself a fine ride up in front. White flag flies. Chris Hennigan goes by. Left rear brake, inside brake, lights up. That Chris likes to hit a little brake as he goes into the turns. Cuts up smoothly for turn 3. Makes his way through turn 4. Out of turn 4. Here comes the checkered flag. And it's Chris Hennigan with the win. Unofficially, Chris Hennigan with the win. Woo! And Josh Landers, last Tom's race winner, Josh Landers in the 14X car, was second place. And again, all of these races being recorded by Josh's daughter, KK Landers up here as well, doing all the filming for Tom'sRacing.tv. All right, some of our sponsors. We like to talk about sponsors. Drivers need sponsors. Well, race people need tracks need sponsors as well.
Helps the race series, doesn't it? I'll tell you.
It sure does. The race series. There you go. I knew there was a big word for it. We want to thank Summit Racing Equipment. They are great people. They pay us $10,000 every single year towards our $40,000 purse. Smiley's Racing. Everybody knows Smiley's Racing. Good folks doing great business. Fritz Photo. We really enjoy them being aboard. All-Star Signs by Wesley. Also, Wesley, of course, drives in the modified class. And here comes the third heat. Oh, mercy. They got the gas on tonight, Rodney. I can hardly keep up with this.
They're ready to go. Lights are out. We are about to rock and roll right here.
Yeah, we are. I got the pole sitter, Colby O'Neill, and here we go. Colby O'Neill on the pole in his HC car. And, oh, goodness, good hole shot was the 11th car. Well, let's see here. I think that's Matt Martin. We'll see. Wow, the 8 car throws it away. That was the 8C car of Kobe O'Neill that has a problem in turn 4. And yes, the caution will come out. Caution will come out. I believe we got 1 lap complete on that, as Kobe O'Neill had the problem. Let's see here. Rest of the drivers. Justin McCoy, he's out of Irving. He drives the number 410 car. Troy Taylor, you all know Troy Taylor, been around racing for a lot of years. He drives the number 56 car. Troy took last year off as he got a knee completely replaced. Again, second time the knee's been replaced, so he did take a year off. He was our tech man last year, but he's racing this year. Number 17 car, that's out of Wills Point. That's Tommy Davis Jr. in the 17 car. Bo Day drives the number 4 car. Keep your eyes on that 4 car, ladies and gentlemen. It is for sale. It's a proven winner. Bo had that car completely gone through up in Minnesota at the original manufacturers of the race car. Bo Day with the 4 car for sale. Casey Huggins out of Greenville. He drives the number 22 car. Matt Martin, he's out of Alvarado. He drives the number 11 car. And David Tanner in the D25 car. He starts on the back. David Tanner out of Wichita Falls, Texas. Here we go. Oh, man. You think that concession stand is still open? They got great food down there?
Absolutely. Try the burgers, try the Frito pies, try the hot dogs. I'll tell you, it's my number one thing when I get here, Brad. Every Friday night I go down, I got to get me one of those big old fat hot dogs. It's good stuff right here at Heart of Texas Speedway.
Yeah, buddy.
Cold beer and cold drinks right here at the home of the Friday Night Lights. It is Heart of Texas Speedway.
Home of the Friday Night Lights. Hey, I like that, man. Real good. I like that. That'll work. All right, here we go. Justin McCoy on the gas in his 410 car. And Justin and Troy Taylor. Troy Taylor down low. Justin McCoy up high. Justin on the gas, a longer back chute sets up for 3. McCoy is your leader, followed by Taylor. Down low is Bo Day. Bo Day in the 4 rod trying to get by. Troy Taylor, again, that car is for sale. A beautiful, beautiful driving car. Bo Day, boy, he hates to see it go, but he also wants a brand new car. Wow. Problems in the middle of 1 and 2, as we've got the 8 car having the problem. Colby O'Neill in the 8C car having the problem.
Yeah, it looked like O'Neill went into the corner right there, Brad, and that car just kind of snapped around on him. I don't know. It looks like the racetrack is really working itself in really nicely. You're seeing a lot of the modifieds are using up a lot of racetrack. We've got multiple grooves right now, starting to rubber up over there in 3 and 4. Not so much in 1 and 2. We've got a breeze coming in again, so that's something that you always have here in Waco. So we'll see how that shuffles in here tonight for you guys.
And you know what's maddening? Look at good old Glory. That flag standing straight out. That means 25 miles an hour.
She's beautiful.
25 miles an hour straight out of the south. Oh, Percy. And again, how much water to put on, how little to put on. What do? You know, you just you try to do the best you can. And it's everybody's racetrack. Friday night bull rings, Saturday night bull rings, all having the same problem as West Texas racetracks, making them racy. All right, here we go. We got a lap complete. And we are back underway. Bo Day will be down low in that number 4 car. Up high, it is the number 410 car of Justin McCoy. Justin McCoy doing a fine job. In that 410 rod, gets a little too high in 4. No, he stays in the lead. But Bo Day is right there, giving him plenty of room. Bo likes it down low. And of course, that car is for sale, so he wants to make sure that he keeps that car in good running order, nice and clean, so the next owner will have a proven winner when they buy it. Beautiful race up in front. Great battle going on for 3rd place. Troy Taylor in that 56 rod does a beautiful job staying down low inside of the 17 car of Tommy Davis Jr. out of Wills Point. Tommy Davis doing a great job. He does run 4th place out of Wills Point, Texas. And then we've got the 22 car running in 5th place, kind of has his own race going on. That's Casey Huggins out of Greenville in the 22 purple and white ride. Again, up in front. Beautiful racing action going on as the 10 car comes by. Once again, the 410 car, pardon me. 410 car of Justin McCoy is a little 4 in front of that great big 10 on your lead car, Justin McCoy from Irving. 2 laps remain, a pair of laps remaining. Bo Day settles in a nice 2nd spot all by himself. That'll be all right. They go for passing points. And, Still holding on to third. It's the 17 car of Tommy Davis Jr. Here comes the white flag. 1 lap remaining. Tommy Davis Jr. comes by in third place. Troy Taylor all by himself in fourth place. Troy Taylor does a beautiful job of racing. I believe he still races Bill's race cars. Special request. Here comes the checkered flag. Unofficially, it'll be your winner in the 410 car, Justin McCoy with the win, followed by Bo Day. Justin McCoy and Bo Day. Again, that number 4 car is for sale. It is a beautiful car. Bo and his young son took that car up to the manufacturers in Minnesota, had that car completely gone through as he had a real rough hit early in the season this year, and he had to make sure, could he fix it? Sure, he could fix that car. Did he want to? Nope. He wanted it right because he was going to sell it, and the car is perfect, and it's a proven winner. Bo brought home $10,000 last year from the Touring Outlaw Modified Series races. And our fourth heat race, 8 laps again, bringing him out onto the track. It's the number 1 car, Chase Allen out of Midlothian. Chase drives the number 130 car. It looks like a number 1, but it's a 130 for tonight. That 1 car is a 130 for tonight. 511, that's Tanner Barnhart in the 511 car. I had a great interview with him a couple of weeks ago at a different racetrack. He drives 511. He's out of Arkansas. Jared Baird, he drives the number 99 car. He's from Norman, Oklahoma. Chris Morris out of Taylor drives 94. 11R, that's Ryan Beal. He drives the 11R car out of Princeton, Texas. He saw his dad out here earlier. Red Oak is the home of Jake Church in the 24 car. Driving number 110, that's Dustin Robinson. Robert McKinney from Alvarado drives 19, and David Luke Jr. from Coppers Cove drives 7G. Excellent race. As our leader in that 130 car, Chase Allen. Chase doing a fine job up in front of them all as he started on the pole, and boy, that's a nice place to be. He stays very high on the racetrack. It works out well for him, holding on to second place. It is the 94 car of Morris. Make that Chris Morris out of Taylor, Texas. Doing a fine job in second in the 94 ride. Beautiful car, in third place, the 99 ride of Jared Baird. Jared makes Norman, Oklahoma home. And then the 24 car, the 124 car of, they got Jake Upchurch. I was hoping there'd be another driver up here of the same number, but I guess he couldn't make it tonight. That's why I was hanging back there a little bit. That's here, the number 10 car, 110 car, that's Robinson. Dustin Robinson in the 120 car doing a fine job. We are halfway through this 4th heat race for the modified. As many cars as we have, I think we probably will have a big name. Great racing action. Great racing action continues on. All right. And the checkered flag comes out. Ooh, they snuck up on me in a hurry. Checkered flag comes out. Chase Allen coming up with the win. Followed by the number 94 car of Chris Morris. Chris Morris does get scored for second place. Then the 99 ride. The 99 ride of Jared Baird from Norman, Oklahoma, coming by with a third place. Top 3 will go to the scales. Keith Pirtle is down there in the khaki shorts. Keith Pirtle is our race director. And again, we got Joe Spielman upstairs with us watching racing as well, keeping a good eye on him. And by golly, I'm worn out, man. Time for me to get a cold drink.
B-Main's coming up for the Touring Outlaw Modified Series. Meanwhile, back on the racetrack, here come the Outlaw Street Stocks. $5 a shot. Don't forget, at the beer stand, we will do that right along. Coming up at intermission, your opportunity, if you are here at the racetrack, maybe jump behind, well, not behind the wheel, but you get in the race car. Go get those tickets. They're $5 a shot. Outlaw Street Stocks on the racetrack on the point, the 717 of GW Egbert. on the outside, and the 07 JD. Say it with me. It is Joe Morales.
All right, good action. We're going to have two B mains tonight. Two B mains for the Toms tonight.
Love it. Inside of row number 2, Charles Mulvaney in the 714. Benji Kirkpatrick on the outside, car 13. Inside of row number 3, it'll be Brandon Hood in the 1B. Cody Daniels, Superman, actually on the outside of row number 2. And Alex Bates in the 14X. So it looks like we've got maybe one car out at the moment. So no, they're all on the racetrack. We just shuffle that line up a little bit around. It looks like Morales actually to the back of the pack. So it'll be Kirkpatrick up to the front row. He and Egbert. Kirkpatrick, your winner last week here at Heart of Texas Speedway. Joe Spillman back with me as we get set to go. Green flag in the air from David Sisk, and we race down into turn number 1. Egbert in the 717 down at the bottom of the racetrack. Kirkpatrick on the top side. Mulvaney, Cody Daniel right there. Onto the back straightaway they go. Brandon Hood trying to work on the top side. He'll slam the door right in front. Here comes Mulvaney back. Around Mulvaney trying to hang on. Morales goes around. One lap complete into turn number 1, Joe. Look at this battle for the lead. Good move up on the top side for Benji.
Benji Kirkpatrick just had enough momentum up on the top side and got by him, and now he's kind of cleared the track and cleared the pack, and that's going to let him set sail now. He has about a half a straightaway lead on the rest of the field.
Tell you what, Kirkpatrick driving that number 13 car for Jerry Frederick. He has got something happening right here. That car has been a rocket ship all season long. Now Brandon Hood to the second spot. Cody Daniel rides in third. To the bottom of the racetrack goes Egbert. Onto the back straightaway we go as you check in on Race on Texas All Access. One car length between Brandon Hood and Cody Daniel as they work up on the cushion. Here they come around, flashing past the front straightaway. Up in command is Kirkpatrick, but it's getting awful racy there for second.
Hoodrat pulling the left front all the way down the back straightaway is the 1B of Brandon Hood. Hoodrat, we like to call him, Cody Superman Daniel, trying to close that gap, but just can't get it done. And then a little deeper in the pack, we got the 714 racing with the 717 of Egbert. So Mulvaney and Egbert now with a door-to-door battle. That is fourth and fifth position.
2 sticks in the air this time by Benji Kirkpatrick as he flashes by to the inside of the lap car right there, the 14X. Brandon Hood hanging on in second. Cody Daniel back straightaway they go. Benji Kirkpatrick putting on a clinic right here. Talked about walking the dog a little bit earlier right here. This 13 car is doing it once again, Joe. Quarter mile to go, white flag in the air. Watching the racetrack, starting to see cars go up to the top side right here, like what this racetrack is starting to do. Into turn number 3, Morales is right there in front of the leader. Kirkpatrick will drive it straight out of the corner. Checkered flag in the air. Benji Kirkpatrick will win. Brandon Hood comes home second. Cody Daniel, heat race number 1 for your Outlaw Street Stocks. Reminder, race fans, coming up on Friday, May the 6th, it is the annual Demo Derby right here at Heart of Texas Speedway. I believe if you get over 10 cars out here, it's going to be $1,000 to win, I believe is what I saw. I'll have to verify that. Additional information at hotspeedway.com. Of course, on Facebook at Hot Speedway, the annual Heart of Texas Speedway Demolition Derby coming up on Friday night, May the 6th, as heat race number 2 for the Outlaw Street Stocks rolls out onto the racetrack. Heat race number 2 of 3 on the point. And the always potent number 716, it's Trey Vota on the outside, Brent Mayfield, car 251. Inside of row number 2, Jerry Frederick, and car 13 on the outside, Jeff Williams in the 225. Row 3 on the inside, Barry Gaston, car number 8, and Robert Shepard in the Chevy Malibu, car number 84. 8 laps, 6 cars, Outlaw Street Stock heat race number 2.
Rodney,
3, Joe.
We've only sold 6 of those ride-along tickets, so you got a pretty good chance getting drawn for $5 to go ride along in that street stock at intermission. So don't forget that, to go and get those tickets down at the beer stand. All right, heat race number 2. They're going through 3 and 4. Lights will be out. We will be green flag racing.
Off we go. Voton from the point into turn number 1. He'll take the whole shot into turn number 1. Off they go. Mayfield up on the top side. Here's Frederick down on the bottom. Jeff Williams in the 225. They go side by side. Your battle for third. Frederick on the bottom. Up to the top, way up off the cushion is Williams out of turn number 4. Trey Voton, Brent Mayfield, Jerry Frederick, Jeff Williams. That is your top 4 as they try to get away from the pack. 1 lap complete here in heat race number 2 for your Outlaw Street Stocks. Into the corner they go. Way sailing up to the top is Votah. Around goes Williams into 225. Barry Gaston in car number 8. They sit there in between turns 3 and 4. Let's see if the caution flag will be displayed. There it is. The caution flag comes out, still sitting down on the bottom. On the bottom is Williams into 225. So Votah able to try to get away from the pack, giving chases Mayfield and Frederick into 13. 2 laps complete, so 6 laps remaining here in Outlaw Street Stock Heat Race number 2. Looks like Barry Gaston is off and rolling. The safety safari, the Heart of Texas Speedway safety safari, out to turn number 4, so they will give a shove right there. Williams in the 225. It looks like that Chevy Monte Carlo off and rolling once again, so we will re-rack and restack and try it once again. Texas two-step Waco restart coming up here for your Outlaw Street Stocks. Votah up on the point in the 716 Williams. Frederick, the 84 car of Robert Shepard. That is how they run right now. They will come up to the back of Gaston. He will go to the back of the pack, but Votah with a nice jump on that start, but Williams is Mayfield, is given a nice chase as they sail up to the top of the racetrack. Let's take a look as this racetrack continues to roll in with that south wind that we have here tonight. Green flag in the air from David Sisk. We are racing in the Outlaw Street Stocks. Votah, turn number 1, up on the top side. Down on the bottom, Mayfield trying to get it to stick right there. He'll sail up and he'll settle into the second spot. 2.5 car lengths behind Votah. He'll now go into the tire tracks. The Votah up to the top of the racetrack as they rim ride around the top part of the racetrack. 2 car lengths down into turn number 1. Votah hanging on, slipping it off the cushion a little bit right there is Williams. That's going to allow Frederick into 13 to reel in the back of that yellow number 251. This time by, we're halfway home. Up and over the hill goes Mayfield. He'll hang on and keep it into the 3rd spot as Frederick able to make the pass and go to the runner-up spot. However, that time it was 2.006 seconds for your race leader, Trey Votah, as Votah rim riding, continuing to work up at the top of the racetrack, Joe. I like what the racetrack is doing right here. You got multiple grooves right now.
Multiple grooves, and I believe as the top slicks off a little more, that bottom may come back in a little bit, and we'll see them. It's a little top dominant right now, but I believe that later on in the night, that bottom's going to come in, maybe even lay a little bit of rubber down there. I don't think it's hot enough to lay any rubber down, but we'll see them up on the top side. Maybe they'll dust that cushion off, and then they'll be all over the racetrack.
The thing to watch tonight, Joe, we've got all heavy cars. Last week we had dwarf cars in here. Kind of throws a little bit of how the track's going to continue to work itself in. You got all big, heavy monsters tonight.
All big cars and a lot of fast cars. The Tom's Outlaw modified. They got around that racetrack pretty good.
Yeah, they did.
Up on the top side. So hopefully we see the bottom come in. You can see in 1 and 2 a little slick, a little bit of moisture down there. I'm surprised. Here is a checkered flag for Votah, followed by Frederick, the 251 of Mayfield, and then an 8 of Barry Gaston. Will round out your top 4 in your heat race number 2 in your Outlaw Street Stocks.
Little bit of a bobble right there at turn number 2 for Mayfield, and that allowed Frederick there in the 13 car to get to the inside and go to the runner-up spot. So nice run there from the 13, but Votah, you got to be so impressed with what he's doing.
So heat race number 3 rolling out on the racetrack, and the 10 of Brian Harkrow on the inside. And the outside, the birthday boy himself, Wade White in the 68. Inside row number 2, the X of Gage Fuller, and the outside, the 0M of Dylan Glass. Inside row number 3, the 9G of Drew Garcia, and the outside, the 18K of Tommy Honey. Honey running out the field. We got 1 to go this time by.
6 cars, 8 laps. Good field of Outlaw Street Stocks here in Heart of Texas Speedway tonight as we race with the Touring Outlaw Modified Series. Our guests here tonight, again, go get those $5 ride-along tickets. Your opportunity to be out on the racetrack coming up at intermission. We'll do that drawing. Get yourself a ticket.
Doug Rollo down there in the front row. Track announcer himself, TA, in the house.
Here we go. Lights are out around the racetrack. Green flag up in the air, and we race into turn number 1. It is Wade White up on the top side. Harkrow down on the bottom in the 10. Wade White with a good drive off of corner number 2. He will vault into that lead spot, leading by 2.5 car lengths. Here's Tommy Honey. Honey looking down to the inside. Drew Garcia is right there. Lap number 1 in the books that time by And it is Wade White up at the front of the pack. Hey, you know, on a birthday, he
Gotta
wants
do
to
something
win.
cool. You can't make the show be the show. Do something cool though. But Tommy Honey started deep in the pack and now is up into that second position. Wade White, Tommy Honey, Hargrove, Garcia door to door for fourth, and then followed up by the X of Gage Fuller.
Tommy Honey working down at the bottom of the racetrack in the corners, way up on the cushion is Wade White as they make their way around. This is lap number 3. Wade White was just a really good drive off of the corners. Hot spot on the racetrack is for third. Momentarily, Hargrove down on the bottom. Drew Garcia, good drive off as he'll now try to chase down Tommy Honey. Honey digging down at the bottom. You can watch him lay that car over just trying to chase down Wade White. A lot of momentum up on the top for car number 68. Wade White hanging on, but Honey is coming.
That's what I was talking about. If they can start running down on the bottom, blow some of that dust off and get some of the meat of the track back, it may open up to a two-group track, and that is what's proved right here in your heat race number 3, as this time by Honey by a nose.
Trying to slingshot up on the top side is Wade White. He'll take it up to the top once again. Tommy Honey by half a car length into turn number 3, this time by 2 sticks in the air. Heat race number 3 for the Outlaw Street Stocks. Honey with a little bit of a bobble, but he still hangs on. He leads by 1 car length that time by with 2 to go. Wade White up on the top side. Garcia trying to close in. Honey, I like what he is doing down there, Joe. That is a nice drive all the way from the back of the pack for Tommy Honey.
Now you see Wade White now diamonding down to the bottom of the racetrack now, trying to see if he can find the same moisture that Tommy Honey did. But through 1 and 2, there's a lot more moisture down there than there is at 3 and 4. But that's typically the case here at Heart of Texas Speedway. Usually a little bit of something to work with on the bottom of 1 and 2, but 3 and 4 is usually dry. That south wind just blowing across that racetrack does not leave much moisture. And that is your heat race win. Number 3 will be Tommy Honey, followed by the 68 of Wade White, the 9 of Drew Garcia, and then Hargrove rounding out the top 4.
Really nice drive right there for Tommy Honey all the way from the back of the pack. He's able to make the pass. Wade White gives the chase, and that is the thing to watch with the racetrack like we've been talking about. You look over in 3 and 4, you're rubbered up pretty nice right there. A lot of moisture in over at 1 and 2. That is that south wind. Here comes Outlaw, or pardon me, Joe. Here comes IMCA's Southern Sport Mod Heat Race number 1.
Yeah, let me look this up. I'm behind, Rodney. I'm a little out of practice.
I got it if you don't, my friend.
Go ahead.
All right, here we go. Heat race number 1. On the point, it'll be the 21T of Taylor Florio on the outside. Let's take a look here. We kind of moved some stuff around. Austin Moore inside of row number 2. It's Michael Dabney, your winner last week. And on the outside, it'll be Kami Buckmeyer in car number 79 or 69X.
Buckmeyer Motorsports making a showing here tonight. Thanks to Kane, everything he does, he supports racetracks throughout North Texas, all the way up a bunch of other racetracks, so good to have him here tonight. But it's going to be Taylor Florio with a good jump right there, and the 88 up on the top side.
Look at Dabney going down to the bottom, trying to go 2 for 2. Austin Moore up to the top. Here's Kane Buckmeyer. Buckmeyer's going to go to the top shelf as well. Florio trying to hang on up at the top as she sails to the very top of the racetrack. Here is Michael Dabney down on the bottom, side by side into turn number 1, cranking it down to the bottom of the racetracks. Dabney, Florio, a lot of momentum up on the top. She will take the field into turn number 3. She leads by half a car length as they race side by side out of turn 4.
Dabney down on the bottom side, trying to get by Taylor Florio, just unable to get by her. And now Florio up on the top side. You live or you die up there on the cushion, but so far she has been flawless, driving down the back straightaway, pulls Dabney. Now Dabney down on the bottom side, trying to find that little bit of moisture, a little bit of meat, but unable to do that, followed by the 88 of Austin Moore, and then the 69X of Kane Buckmeyer.
Nice drive up on the top side, rim riding this thing around the Heart of Texas Speedway. It is Miss Taylor Florio in the 21T. She leads by 1 car length into the corner. Dabney down to the bottom. This time by is lap number 3. We are 1 lap shy of the halfway point for Taylor Florio. Florio in the 21T. Here comes Dabney back down to the bottom. Michael Dabney trying to get a drive down there, not finding what he's looking for. Now he'll go up to the top shelf, then he'll chase Taylor Florio this time around. We are halfway home this time by. Taylor Florio in the 21T, Michael Dabney in the 5X, Austin Moore, that is your top 3 side by side. Florio continuing to work up on the top shelf, and Miss Taylor takes it up to the top side. Dabney cranks that thing as he bottom feeds. 2 sticks in the air this time by. Taylor Florio up at the top. She's using that rubber up at the top of the racetrack. out of turn number 2. Back straightaway they go. 1 car length now, make it 2. Into turn number 3. Florio up on the top side. Dabney trying to find the grip. White flag in the air. One more time around. Quarter a mile for Taylor Florio. Michael Dabney, 2.5 car lengths behind. Dabney's going to go down to the bottom of the racetrack. He'll try to get some drive off of turn number 2. Nothing there. Here comes Austin Moore in the 88. Into turn number 3 they go. Florio top of the racetrack. She will sail off and win IMCA Southern Sport Mod Heat Race number 1. It's Florio, Dabney, and Austin Moore. 1, 2, 3 in your IMCA Southern Sport Mods. Florio goes wire to wire, winning here in Heat Race number 1.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rodney, you have got some beautiful looking sport mods out here at Heart of Texas every Friday night.
Great class right here, and we've got some of the finest in the state of Texas that show up each and every Friday night to race under the Friday night lights right here. As we roll out Heat Race number 2, we got B-Mains coming up for the Touring Outlaw Modified Series. You still have an opportunity. Get down to the beer stand, $5 a shot. You can get out on the racetrack for your ride along. Here's Heat Race number 2 for your IMCA Southern Sport Mods. On the point, the rookie, the young guy coming up out of the Junior Limited's a young gun. It is Corbin Willett in car number 3 on the outside, the veteran in the 9M. It's Pat McGuire down on the inside, the big nasty in the 601. It's Chris Cogburn on the outside, perennial front runner in the 12. Brandon Guerin inside of row number 3, the 717, the famous livery right there of G.W. Egbert. And on the outside in the 99 JR, it is Michael Maples Jr. 6 cars, 8 laps. IMCA Southern Sport Mods Heat Race number 2, Friday Night Lights at Heart of Texas Speedway. David Sisk drops that rag, and around goes Willett at the start. Corbin Willett hit the gas right there, didn't get the traction. Willett down to the bottom of the racetrack. Pat McGuire takes the field onto the back straightaway. Willett trying to get the car fired down on the apron, and an adverted start right there as Corbin Willett starting from the pole position right there. It looked like Willett on the gas, just not get the traction that he's looking for, and that 3 car goes all the way around, so we're going to re-rack them and restack them one more time. Try it one more time as we get set. It'll be Willett to the back of the pack, now up to the front row. It'll be Cogburn in the 601, Pat McGuire on the outside, Egbert, Guerin, here comes Willett, and the 99 JR of Michael Maples Jr. Green flag in the air, we're racing in your IMCA Southern Sport Mods. Egbert down to the bottom of the racetrack. Onto the back stretch they go. Yellow flag in the air. Did not like to start right there, so race control will draw the caution. David Sisk gets the yellow light, and we will try it once again. We're going to re-rack them and restack them for a 3rd time here early on in IMCA Southern Sport Mod Heat Race number 2. Showing them 1 this time by. Showing them 1. Cogburn, McGuire, Egbert, Guerin, Willett, and Maples Jr. That is how they go in Heat Race number 2 here on this 3rd attempt at a start. Still 8 laps remaining here for your IMCA Southern Sport Mods. Lights are off around the racetrack. Cogburn in control of the field as they make their way into turn number 4. Egbert immediately down to the bottom. Green flag in the air. We are racing. Egbert 3 wide, turn number 1. McGuire up on the top side. Here's Guerin all over the back of Cogburn. Cogburn trying to get a drive down on the bottom. Nothing doing right there as Egbert in the 717. 2 car lengths into turn number 3. Up the track he goes, up and over the cushion. Here comes Chris Cogburn down on the bottom. Brandon Guerin down on the bottom. Guerin trying to work some magic down at the bottom of the racetrack. Cogburn off of the cushion. Good drive right there as they go onto the back straightaway. Brandon Guerin at his quarter panel. Oh, so close right there as they make their way around. Cogburn able to hold on. Guerin continues to work at the bottom. Here comes Egbert. Egbert in the 717. G.W. Egbert. He'll go to the top of the racetrack as well. Rubbered in very nicely between turns 3 and 4. Watch the grip right here at the top of the racetrack. They sail it in at the bottom. It is Guerin trying to hang on. They race side by side out of the corner. Chris Cogburn up on the top side. It is the big nasty as we approach the halfway point. Driving it off the hill. Good job of Diamond in the corner right there of the 717 of G.W. Egbert. He races side by side. Cogburn now drops back to 3rd. Halfway home this time by Brandon Guerin in car number 12. Chris Cogburn down to the inside. G.W. Egbert up on the top. Pat McGuire, Willett, and then Maples Jr. Back straightaway they go. And it is Egbert. Egbert will sail it into the corner. He's going to try to find something and make it stick on the top side. Brandon Guerin is your race leader in car number 12. This time by 1 car length in. 2 sticks in the air that time by. Up to the top goes Egbert. Back straightaway they go. Egbert's going to try Little bit of contact right there. Around goes Guerin as they make contact between turns 3 and 4. This time by, that is lap number 7. White flag, one more time around. The leader sits between turns 3 and 4. Down on the apron, here is your green-yellow right here. Caution flag comes out as they race down into the corner. Big time contact in there as the 717 and the 12. And here's Guerin sitting down at the bottom of the racetrack. And off of the racetrack will go the 717. No argument right there. There you see the sportsmanship. There you see the veteran, G.W. Egbert, immediately down in the infield as you had that contact going down into the corner, and you never know what happens with that. Could have been a situation where Guerin backs out a little bit and they didn't time that right. Egbert stays on the gas. Maybe Egbert stayed in the gas a little too long. You just never know how that happens. Regardless, the 717 sits down on the inside of the racetrack. As all of this shuffles out, this will probably put Guerin at the back of the pack, and up on the point, it'll be the 601, the Big Nasty. Chris Cogburn, Pat McGuire rides in second, followed by the 99 JR. Here is the 717 of G.W. Egbert. He will make his way over to the pits off of the racetrack. 7 laps complete, officially 7 laps complete here at the moment. Let's see if we revert back to the last completed lap. We stay at 7. Here's Cogburn, Texas two-step Waco restart. Pat McGuire sitting right there with Michael Maples Jr. Around they come. Green flag waves in the air once again, and we are off and racing. 3 wide into the corner. Up to the top goes Guerin. McGuire down on the bottom. Back straight away we go. 2 car lengths into turn number 3. Chris Cogburn in the 601. White flag in the air. Quarter of a mile to go this time by. From Chris Cogburn in the 601. To the bottom of the racetrack. Into turn number 1, Brandon Guerin. There is no drive right there. No drive down at the bottom of the racetrack. He'll shuffle it back in, and Cogburn will go down to the bottom. He'll sail up to the top. Guerin's going to have to really wheel that thing right there. Runs out of time. Cogburn, Guerin, McGuire, Maples Jr., and Corbin Willett. That is your top 5 here in IMCA Southern Sport Mod Heat Race number 2. You come down to some drama at the end of it, but it is the 601 of Cogburn as he is able to hold that one off, and he'll win. B-Main time for the Touring Outlaw Modified Series. Back to the voice of the Tom Series. It is Mr. Brad Crane.
Thank you, Rodney. Appreciate that. All right, bringing them down to the track for this first B-Main. This is 12 laps in length. Jared Baird out of Norman, Oklahoma. He drives the 99 ride. Next to Jared is Michael Risky. Michael out of Cattle Mills drives number 2R. We've got Troy Taylor in the inside row of number 2 spot, second row, pardon me, of 56, Troy Taylor. Dustin Robinson from Post, Texas drives the 110 car. Third row on the inside, D25, David Tanner. David's out of Wichita Falls. Next to David is Wesley Veal. The 11X car had an excellent interview with Wesley's mom earlier today about children's cancer. It's really interesting. I hope you'll catch it. Jim Knight, he drives the number 73 car. He's a privateer. Sam Cox drives number 3. David Good Jr. 7. 8, Colby O'Neill. 6, 11, Ryan Veal. 11. Here we go.
You got David Good turned around over at turn number 4.
Wesley Veal. I'm sorry, Wesley Veal is the dad, running in the number 5 spot now. His son Ryan Veal is in the back. I got him a little mixed up here. Wesley, the dad, is running his number 11X car. He's in about the number 5 spot, number 6 starting spot. His son Ryan Veal is in the number 11X car that his dad Wesley just got through wrapping. Wesley Veal has wrapped many race cars over the years. A lot of these modifieds are wrapped by Wesley Veal. No laps. This will be a complete restart. Here we go. Green flag drops. Ricky lets him go, and we are underway. As the number 99 machine of Jared Baird comes up with the early lead. Great racing action up in front. Also row 2. There's a great battle going on with Dustin Robinson and Troy Taylor now running third. The beautiful number 10 car, 110 car of Dustin Robinson. He's out of Post. He's got a great battle going on. Then Wesley Veal is in his 11X car. Wesley Veal doing a fine job. Up in front it is the number 99 machine of Jared Baird out of Norman, Oklahoma. Jared Baird, as we go 2 laps laps for 12 laps in this B-main event. Troy Taylor still having a good battle down low in the third spot, looking for the second spot. A very close fourth place is the number 110 car of Dustin Robinson. Dustin Robinson in that 110 ride. He and Troy Taylor, 56 ride, having a great battle. Then in fifth, it's Wesley Beal, followed by the number 3 car of Cox, Sam Cox. We had an excellent interview with Sam Cox earlier this afternoon, and you'll be able to catch that on the Tom's site that Keith Pirtle has running. Make sure you get into the Tom's Racing as well, tomsracing.tv. And we've got and Troy Taylor and Wesley Beal. A little bit of paint swapping. I don't know, actually it was only tire paint swapping. That race for fourth place, it's a good one. We are halfway through this race. There's the number 99 car, Justin Baird, out of Norman, Oklahoma. Shows the fast way around this beautifully prepared Heart of Texas racetrack. We've got good black grooves in the down low, up high, and now in the middle of the track we've got excellent racing. Your leader in the 99 car, Jared Baird, continues to lead up in front, and he elects to stay high in turns 1 and 2, and then he goes fairly low through 3 and 4, and we got problems in the middle of turn 2. That was the number 7 car, 7G car of Sam Good Jr. Sam Good Jr. having the problem. Sam Good Jr. having the problem in the 7G car. And let's see if we can get our other driver here to start, and that is the 25 machine, D25 of David Tanner out of Wichita Falls. Now, can they restart? Sure they can. They got to pay the price. Got to go to the back of the pack. That's the way it works in dirt tracking. No problem. And I see All American Motorsports down here. Doug Rollo with us tonight with All American Motorsports. Doug Rollo doing a great job with videotapes every evening. He comes out here a lot with us. And good to see you, Doug. Glad you're out here with us tonight. We've got a great battle going on. We've got 7 laps complete. And I'll tell you what, Jared Baird out of Norman, Oklahoma, came to Heart of Texas in Waco with his race face in place as he has led from the get-go. Jared Baird, Norman, Oklahoma, your leader. Second place, it's still the number 110 car, Michael Risky out of Caddo Mills, Texas. Troy Taylor doing a good job. He's still running the number 4 spot. He's in that 56 ride. Don't forget all this being taped by KK for Tom's Racing.tv. Here we go. We are ready. And again, on to the early lead. Jared Baird, the double liner, up in front. Jared doing a fine job, brings him out of turn 4 along the long chute, sets up for turn 1, has himself 1-5 race going on. Jared Baird leading. A good battle going on for second place. That race for second place between the number 110 car of Dustin Robinson out of Post, Texas, and it's anybody's race for second place. Number 2 ride is in there as well. Number D25 ride, pardon me, David Tanner out of Wichita Falls. He does run second. Now Wesley Beal makes a nice move. He's looking for third place. He goes into third. 2 laps remain. Wesley Beal is hooked up in third place. Then the good-looking 110 ride of Robinson. He runs 4th. Ricky brings out the white flag. 1 lap remains. Your leader, Jared Baird, out of Norman, Oklahoma. Thus a beautiful, smooth racing and driving. A very, very smooth. The racetrack is in prime time condition. And here he comes. Unofficially, it's going to be Jared Baird with the win, followed by good-looking D25 car of David Tanner. Then Wesley Beal, who wraps a lot of these race cars. Wesley Beal will be scored with a 3rd. Again, this is unofficial. When does it get official? When they go to the pay window. That's when it's real official. Your winner, unofficially, Jared Baird from Norman, Oklahoma, doing an excellent job. All right, second B main for the Touring Outlaw Modified Series drivers. Coming out onto the track, Jake Upchurch drives the number 24 car. He'll start on the pole. Jake is from, he'll be on the outside pole, Jake Upchurch will. On the inside pole is the 24 car. There we go, Jake Upchurch. Rusty Trevathan, he drives the number 51 machine. Rusty Trevathan Jr. out of Wiley, he drives 51. Second row inside, it's the 71 machine, Chad Milton. Chad, going to be racing with us this year. He's out of Mineral Wells, drives the 71 machine. Next to him, Casey Huggins out of Greenville, drives 22. Third row on the inside, 5'11", Tanner Barnhart out of North Little Rock, Arkansas. Good driver. Saw him race not too long ago at another racetrack. 33, that's Carl Large out of Ovilla. He drives the 33 car. Robert McKinney in 19, and here we go. We're underway. Then the 11 car, that is Matt Marlin. Skip O'Neill drives 8. Michael Maples in 99X. And Rusty Trevathan is in 751. We are underway. The early race up in front as Rusty Trevathan Jr. goes to the lead. Rusty Trevathan Jr. doing a fine job up in front. He finds a fast way into the number 1 spot, followed by the number 24 car of Jake Upchurch. Jake Upchurch out of Red Oak does do a good job in the number 2 spot with a very close third place of the 71 car, Chad Melton. Chad out of Mineral Wells, got a good looking 71 rod this year. He got himself a heck of a battle going on with the car in 4th place, and that car in 4th place is the number 22 machine of Casey Huggins. Casey Huggins out of Greenville. The top 4 now getting a little bit of real estate over 5th place. Then that 5th place is the 33C car. And that is Carl Large Jr. It is 33C car, followed by the 11 car of Matt Martin. Oh, we got 11 cars. A lot of 11 cars. I'll get it straight. Matt in this 11 car. Your leader, Rusty Trevathan Jr. out of Wiley, Texas, doing a superb job. Good battle going on back about the number 5, 6, 7, and 8 spot. Those drivers having a good time. Skip O'Neill back there in his number 8 car doing a fine job. Oh, Skip O'Neill. No, make that a number 19 car. The number 19 car, Robert McKinney out of Alvarado, having the problem. Caution comes out for Robert McKinney out of Alvarado as he, finds a little bit of a spot that didn't agree with him or his ride right in the middle of 3 and 4. Tell you what, the racetrack, it's blackening up real good, rubbering up real good. Down low in 3 and 4, it looks good. And in 1 and 2, the high line looks excellent for the cars in number 1 turn. And coming out of number 2, yes, again, the high line looks like it might be the hot setup. Some of these drivers running down low, other drivers running up high. Troy Taylor had let's see here, he was in the last race. These cars coming by in front of us just getting weighed through the scales, and looks like Wesley Veals, number 11 X-Ride, trying to get it fired up as a few people give him a quick push to get him out of the road. And that's all right. He'll clear the spaces. Again, we want to thank our fine sponsor, Summit Racing Equipment, along with Smiley's Racing. Fritz Photo, good people doing great business. All-Star Signs by Wesley. Loves Graphics, along with Dirt Defender, Mars Race Cars. Hella Shriners coming up later on this year. WMC Steel Incorporated. And then tomorrow night, we can hardly wait to go to Abilene. The Abilene Race Rads will be on board with us tomorrow night, along with Super Sucker Fan Blades. That's what I said. Super Sucker Fan Blades. Great people doing great business. And, of course, VP Race Fuels. Where would we be without VP Race Fuels? These are tremendous sponsors that help us out every single year with the Touring Outlaw Modified Series. And Summit Racing Equipment, of course, they give us $10,000 up front and a $40,000 point fund for the second year in a row. Bo Day in the number 4 car that is for sale. You'll see him out here in the A main event later on. knows all about what it's like. He and his wife Joanna picking up that suitcase full of $10,000 in cash last year at the awards banquet. Okay, we've got 6 laps complete in this 12-lap B main event, and here we go. This time, Rusty Trevathan gets a tremendous time. Oh, and look at Melton down low. The 71 rod. Trevathan leads. Melton runs second. And the very close third is the 24 car, Jake Upchurch out of Brito. Beautiful racing action up in front of the racetrack in superb condition. And it's not easy under these 25, 30-mile-an-hour winds. We're all eating dust tonight, folks, and it's all right. We got great racing action going on at Heart of Texas. Good battle going on for the number 5 spot. Excellent race. As the number 11 car of Matt Martin out of Alvarado, having a good battle with the 99X car of Michael Maples. Meanwhile, your leader doing an incredible job up in front. The 51 car, Rusty Trevathan Jr., then Rusty Trevathan, both out of Wiley. He drives the 751 car, and is running out there. And again, the 51 car up in front, Jake Upchurch, Rusty Trevathan Jr. in the 51 rod, runs the flag comes out. 1 lap remaining. George Melton doing a superb job. In second place, it is George Melton. Good battle goes on for third place. It is the 24 car of Jake Upchurch that does run third right now. Here comes the checkered flag. Unofficially, it's going to be the 51 car of Rusty Trevathan Jr. with the win, followed by Chad Melton out of Mineral Wells. Chad Melton doing a fine job holding on to second place. In third, it will be the 24 car of Jake Upchurch with a third spot. Oh boy, the Touring Outlaw Modified Series. By golly, we are so glad to be down here, folks. It's just so much fun to be at Heart of Texas. And of course, you all know what it's like to be out here every Friday night racing. You got to have great classes of race cars out here. And by golly, I think we're taking a little bit of a break. Is that right, Rodney? You got a wireless going on? Okay, cool. We're going to take a little break in the action, folks. Going to turn it back over to Rodney Rodriguez, your announcer at Heart of Texas Speedway.
A little 10-minute pause for the cars right now. We are actually going to do our drawing for the ride-along. Oh, buddy. Oh, my goodness.
Hang on.
I left them up there. So remember, this is your opportunity to be out on the racetrack. We do need to get a waiver signed. And then we put you out on the track.
The last 4 numbers, 6559.
65, what was it again?
59.
6559, 6559. If you're holding last 4 digits, 6559, you will be in the ride along there with GW Egbert. 6559 is what we were looking for. We did it on opening night, and GW kind of stood on it there a little bit. So, is that you? All right, excellent. 6559. That is the winning number right there. Your name, ma'am?
Brittany.
Brittany. So Brittany's going to jump in the race car. We'll get her all signed off. We'll do that every now and again. Big round of applause for Brittany as she gets ready to jump out, and we'll hopefully be able to talk to her at the conclusion of that ride with GW Egbert in that ride-along car. So that is coming up. 10-minute pause for the cause, so a good opportunity right now to get yourself something hot to eat, something cold to drink. Do that right now. We'll come back. We'll do the ride along, and then we will get set for main event action. We are under the Friday night lights right here at the world famous Heart of Texas Speedway.
You betcha. And Brittany, don't you be helping him drive now. He'll be having a good time just driving all by himself. He don't need none of your help. You'll see. Brittany, your winner for the ride along. That's a neat deal. You know, I haven't seen that before, folks. Only at Heart of Texas here in good old Waco would come up with something like that. Maybe there's other racetracks that have done it, but I've never seen it at any of the racetracks I've worked at, so that's just super trick. Get you something tasty to eat, cool to drink. Check out all the trick t-shirts and caps and all that good stuff that Heart of Texas has down in their concession stand. And while you're down there, say hi to Michelle. Michelle is our #1 lady with the Touring Outlaw Modified Series. She's got all of the T-shirts, caps, hoodies, sweatshirts. She got all kind of stuff. Blue jeans, but well, maybe not that far. But she got a bunch of good stuff. Nope, no boots. But we got a lot of good stuff. So hi to Michelle down at the Tom's outfit.
That's right, and it's right there in the Hall of Fame. So it's sitting right in the Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame, of course. That's close to the beer stand.
It's very close to the beer stand. So the beer stand is still open, despite the fact that we did the drawing. So make yourself at home. We'll get the main event action coming up for you. We do remind you to follow Heart of Texas Speedway on Facebook by checking out Hot Speedway, hotspeedway.com, heartoftexasspeedway.com, the official website of the Friday Night Light Racing here at the world-famous Heart of Texas Speedway. And we do remind you, coming up on Friday, May the 6th, right here at the racetrack, it is our annual Demolition Derby. We do it each and every year. We only do one. We're looking for a great outpouring. If you were here last year, that was quite the Demo Derby. So we will be doing that in a couple of weeks, coming up on Friday, May the 6th, right here at historic Heart of Texas Speedway. Looking forward to having you back out for the Demolition Derby. That is coming up. Additional information on Facebook at Hot Speedway and at hotspeedway.com. Intermission right along coming up. Main event action right here at Heart of Texas Speedway.
Will pay. All the stones that are thrown are building up a wall. I have become conversation to this world. I have become conversation to my girl. Reconcile the past, resurrect those bridges with ancient glance. My old stone face can't seem to break her down. She remembers bridges, burns them to the ground. I have become conversation to this world.
As we talk about here at the racetrack, race fans, remember, if you have folks that cannot get to the racetrack on Friday night, you can always check out raceontexas.com. $39.99, the all-access package. Choose Heart of Texas Speedway as your favorite racetrack, and I will tell you the power of Race on Texas, how great it works. I've actually got a little bit of intel from Race on Texas Central, and we actually have somebody checking in from Hungary. All the way from Hungary, my friends. I'm hungry, but this person is actually in Hungary. That's how cool that is. The ease of it. $39.99. Race on Texas, the all-access package. Choosing Heart of Texas Speedway as your favorite racetrack, as your home track. Half of that money, half of that subscription comes back to the racetrack. Really cool thing. Chris David, all the great folks. Aaron Brungot, really great folks. Doing really cool stuff for the short tracks. It is Race on Texas.
Too heavy, too light, too black or too white, too wrong or too right, today or tonight. Conversation. Too rich or too poor, she's wanting me less and I'm wanting her more. The bitter taste is come so no, yeah.
demo derby that I keep mentioning on May the 6th. But of course, we are back here, of course, next Friday night. Every Friday night light shines right here in Belmont, Waco, whatever you want to call it. We are back right here next Friday night. That full race schedule is at hotspeedway.com. Main event action getting set. Folks checking out the racetrack. As you see, we've been talking about it throughout the night. It's rubbering up pretty nicely right now. Going to make some really, really good main event action coming up. Same feature race lineup, just as we did for those heat races. Factory stocks followed by the IMCA stock cars. Touring Outlaw Modified Series, Outlaw Street Stocks, IMCA Southern Sport Mods. And take a look out there on the back straightaway. Here comes the ride along. So Brittany is all buckled into that race car right there. Into the family truckster, all set to go. Looks like the Griswolds going on a family vacation right there. Here they are. Remember the first night. Remember opening night. They wound up with a flat. So here she is sitting shotgun on the passenger side. Give her a wave right there. Give her a wave as she is sitting in the race car. She is waving back at you. On the racetrack with G.W. Egbert. And that's the thing. Like we said, we try to find you the most competent race driver that we can. We don't just go shop you a Craigslist driver. We get you somebody legit. David Sisk is flashing the lights. We're about to go right here. She better be hanging on. There is that green flag. Right along time here at intermission. Ooh, man, I bet she's a hooping and a hollering, screaming, making a bunch of noise right there. That's a good line right there. Here he goes. Oh, man, he's going to take it way up high. Here they come around. She is hanging on, man, I'll tell you. That's what it's all about right there. You hear those RPMs as they zing up and making their way around. It's not just one lap. They're going several laps right here. Quarter mile, high banked, heart of Texas Speedway. Over 55 years of continuous racing. Great family fun right here each and every Friday night. Up on the cushion. Up on the cushion they make their way around. Up to the top one more time. He is laying that right rear tire up on that cushion, digging up on the top side. It's dusting off a little bit. They go up and over the cushion that time. Here they come around. Brittany hanging on. And they go down into turn number one once again. My goodness. Oh, my God. How about this ride for this young lady coming to the racetrack tonight? And here she is stuffed into the family truckster. Now to the bottom of the racetrack. There we go. He's going to sling it down into the corner. She's getting to feel every groove of the racetrack, Brad.
You know, this track is really getting smoothed out.
Yeah, she's going to the top. Now she's going to the bottom. Here's the checkered flag for Brittany as she does the ride along tonight. We don't get to do that each and every Friday night here at Heart of Texas Speedway, but always be listening because we'll tell you just as early as possible. It's $5 a ticket, and if we draw your lucky or maybe unlucky number, you get to ride around with the legendary G.W. Egbert on the racetrack right here. This is what it's all about. This is good family fun right here, don't you think, Brad?
I'll tell you what, Rodney, I've been to a lot of racetracks since 1975. This is a first. It's a first for me. I've never seen it. It's great. Now, I was just coming from the pits. My wife's down there and said, hi real quick. You need anything, honey? No. Okay. Had to go. But when I was coming by, I heard a scream. Guess what? It wasn't the girls. It was the driver screaming. Yeah, that's it. No screams. A little hot lap maybe. One of your drivers.
Yeah, this is a young gun right here. Corbin Willett in car number 3. IMCA Southern Sport Mod. He had a little bit of problem right there in his heat race, so he's out on the racetrack. Just taking a few hot laps right here, making sure all the nuts and bolts are where they need to be, trying to get the setup locked in. You see him struggling right there, but back on the gas once again.
Tell you what, this track is looking beautiful. Nice and smooth. It's getting smoothed over. Absolutely beautiful, getting smoothed over.
So here is Willett, and again, we talk about the success of the Junior Limiteds, and we've talked about that class coming up next weekend, or next Friday. Friday, April the 29th, those cars, the Junior Limiteds, will be racing here on the card. And a very cool part about that, thanks to Joe who joins us once again. Joe, you and a bunch of really cool people have put something together where those guys are going to be racing for free coming up. No entry fee, none of that. Nope. Junior Limited's really growing that class.
Yeah, we were very fortunate. We had that kind of learners class a couple of weeks ago. Raised a bunch of sponsorship money, had a little money left over, and I thought about putting it in my pocket and maybe get me an Ultra or two with it, but we decided let's roll this on into free entry. So all Junior Limited drivers will have 0 pit pass next week. Thanks to a bunch of sponsors. I'd start naming names, but I promised I'd lose and leave some out, so I won't do that. And on top of that, I had a couple of people, give some extra money for the purse. So it'll be an increased purse next week. We haven't got that together yet and what that number is going to be. So looking forward to the Junior Limited next week. Free entry for those drivers. We've been averaging 10 to 12, I think.
That class has grown exponentially
I would like
from
to
last
see,
year.
Everybody pass the word around to all of the drivers from up around Kennedale area. They have the same class. Pass it along to them, and maybe we can get a few of those drivers down here. I think it'd be totally awesome to have 15, 16 of them next week.
And
so
Joe,
we'll see how that works.
Talk about, I know there was a change, and again, I really like with that class, because if you're an aspiring dirt racer, you want to get to a sport mod, you want to get to a modified, you want to get to something like that. And I really like, that's a car that you can take it up. We just watched Corbin Willett right there, for crying out loud. I know there was a change right there with some of the motor stuff versus with the carburetor. Talk about that change, because I think that's something that's going to allow even more growth for other drivers to come in and come play with us here with the Junior Limiteds.
Well, and it all has to do with the crate motor. We've had some crates running the last couple of years that just nobody really recognized or even realized it. There were new kids that were just up and starting and going, and maybe they were in the mid pack or in the back of the pack, so nobody recognized it and realized that, well, last week a kid comes with a crate and wins.
Right.
Well, the crate didn't make him win. The kid's a shoe, and he's got a lot of experience, races down south 105 and whatnot, so we had to have an official notice that we are allowing crates. They actually have a disadvantage. They have a smaller chip, a 6,000 chip instead of a 6,200 chip.
And a smaller carburetor.
And same carburetor.
Oh, same carburetor. Okay.
Same 350 carb and same no spoiler.
Got it.
So the crate definitely has 0 advantage. What the crate does have is, you can use that same crate, put a 4-barrel on it, and go race it in the regular sport mod now. So I've been on the phone today with a couple of different owners, aka dads, that were not extremely excited
I'm
about
sure.
that.
Yep.
And when we kind of talked about it and talked about, in the modifieds, the 604 crate, they get a spoiler. They have an advantage, and they're dominating. And my personal opinion is that's why, because of the spoiler. And the Southern Sport mods, they get a bigger carburetor. So again, they have a distinct advantage, and that's why maybe they're a little better. It's a little closer there than it is the regular mods. But in the junior limiteds, we just want these kids to get seat time, and if you need to run a crate because that's all you got, and you get an actual disadvantage,
Just give them a playing field.
then you know what? And I'm always under the thing is like, look, if crates come out here and start dominating, then we'll figure out something else. We'll put a smaller chip.
Sure.
And it's not my decision, it's Selby Holder's decision, but that's what I would do is if we start getting dominated by that, then we would maybe give them a weight penalty. Make them be an extra 100 pounds and on the front of the motor or something like that. So I don't know. What's coming up next, Rodney?
Factory stocks will be
Factory
rolling out
stock,
again.
amen.
A reminder, friends, coming up in 2 weeks. The Junior Limiteds are back next week. 2 weeks, the annual Demolition Derby right here at Heart of Texas Speedway. Last year was such a good time right here. We had Demo Derby cars all across the front stretch right here. May the 6th. Mark it down. Friday Night Lights. We want to see you back out for that. I do believe that I saw, I hope I'm not misquoting, but I think I saw 10 cars. It's $1,000 to win.
Yeah,
So-
and next week we have the sprint cars as well. I don't
That's right.
think you'll be here next week. I'll be here
That's right.
solo. You got other obligations. But next week we have the junior limiteds and sprint cars, and then the following week we do have the demolition derby. So looking for that. Factory stock's rolling out on the racetrack right now, a 20-lap feature event. Let's get our lineups up here. It's going a little quicker today. I think I must have paid my bill, I guess, Rodney. All right.
That cricket phone.
Yeah.
No offense to anybody that has one.
Yeah, none of course. And then I hit the wrong stupid button, so the phone is faster than Joe Spillman's fingers. Or maybe my fingers are faster. Okay, up on the pole, that's our good buddy Michael Gannett in the 25. And in the outside would be 48, Mike Land, driving the 580, Derek Cates on hot rod. Inside row number 2, the 37, last week's winner, James Schoenrock. Outside the 92 of Elliott Black. Inside row number 3, the 444X, Lakin Hudnall. And the outside, the 47 of Shannon Dulock. Inside row number 4, the 21 of Clint Howard. And the outside, the 88J of Jeff Blackwood. Inside row number 5, the 46 of Ty Miracle. And the outside, the 494 of Dylan Kidwell. Inside row number 6, 54K Melvin Kemp. And the outside, the 17M of Christopher Mercer. Inside row number 7, the 27 of Jerry Pittman. And the outside, the 14, the 5.
Easy
The
for you to say, buddy.
F73, Michael Hall. Inside row number 8, the 18M of James Mercer. And the outside, the 714 of Charles Melvany. Inside row number 9, the 444, Travis Hudnall. And the outside, the 0 of Brian Johnson. Last row, the 62, Jacob Pruitt. And the outside, the 3M of Jason Bogard.
Man, what a good field we have here of the factories.
So I can do this winner circle, but the next winner circle, I'll make you do it. I got to get those tickets up.
And a good lineup as we set them out right here. James Schoenrock with a great win last week, picking up that first feature race win. But I'll tell you, Joe, up on the point right there is Michael Gannett.
That guy has been digging and struggling and reeling and for probably the last 2 years, really, and been so close so many times.
Working his tail off. I mean, there have been so many close calls. Right now, here he is on the point. This might be the night.
We can't jinx him if they're not green flag racing, right?
That's right.
That only applies once it goes green. Then we can jinx them. So it's not our doing.
That's right.
That's all I'm saying.
He is in the catbird seat as we get set to go. David Sish shows him one this time by. Factory stocks locked and loaded to go. 20 cars, 20 laps. As we kick off main event action, Touring Outlaw Modified Series here tonight. They are coming up third feature. We flash the lights at them. We are ready to rock and roll. Here they come around. Michael Gannett, Derek Cates on the front row. Green flag in the air. We are racing at Heart of Texas Speedway. Cates up on the top side. Or pardon me, Cates.
It's Mike Land.
Mike Land.
we get so used to just knowing the cars and the numbers, and we forget to look who's driving them. Mike Land up on the top side, down the back straightaway, followed by Michael Gannett. Schoenrock gets a little shot in the backside from Duloc. Duloc now going to be loosening him up a little bit, but it's going to be Mike Land, followed by Michael Gannett. Now Schoenrock goes to the top shelf, down on the bottom side will be Duloc.
Here they go. They are going side by side down the back straightaway. Gannett down on the bottom side. Trouble. Clint Howard, Blackwood in the 88J as they spin around down at the bottom of the racetrack. Clint Howard sitting awful close to the apron. Yellow flag will come out. Caution flag on the racetrack as they start to duel up at the front of the pack. Mike Land and Michael Gannett with that yellow flag, 2 laps complete. And you have to like that they got the start in because that was a massive pack going into turn 1.
It's a very slick racetrack tonight. The wind and the dust and everything. It's a very glassy, almost glossy racetrack. The 88J, Jeff Blackwood, I believe he was upside down last week in that race
turn
car.
number 1, yeah.
First night out or second night out in that race car, and then he gets turned a little bit and comes to the infield. So
he'll won the heat race tonight.
Yeah, and he'll tag the back. So Blackwood just can't win for losing there. Right front caved in. So we'll be getting a new start. We still got Mike Land that will be out front, followed by the Michael Gannett. Schoenrock up on the top side, and then Duloc down on the bottom. And a 444 Lakin Hudnall.
Hudnall's what I've been saying. Nobody's told me any different.
I promise you, if we mess it up, we'll get told, so don't worry.
I got called out last week. They fixed me all up with
Which one?
It was one of the touring drivers.
Oh, yeah. You'll get that on those big jobs.
So here we go as they make their way around up at the front of the pack. It is Mike Land. Glad you were with us. Oh, my goodness.
Last week's winner dead in the water up on the wall.
Yeah,
what is up, Schoenrock?
That car has come to a stop. So, Joe, have you had the chance to go back and watch that on Race on Texas?
I have watched it 2 or 3 times.
That was...
I've had it sent to me from all parties. I usually don't watch the replays because I don't like listening to my voice. But luckily I wasn't here, so I was listening to you. You know, it was was it Caden that Honeycutt?
Yeah, Honeycutt and Duloc.
Duloc and you know, obviously Duloc just come down on him. I don't know what the thought process there was, but I think Schoenrock was just showing him some debris up on the top of the racetrack.
So okay, that's good.
He's back up and going and back in his spot, so good thing there for Schoenrock, gets his spot back. Thanks for helping us out, buddy. But, you know, everybody was up in arms, but, I mean, Duloc finished last. What do you want to do, make him finish double last? I mean, you finished 27 instead of 20th? I mean, he finished last. So.
Well, Joe, and I got to tell you, because, I mean, a lot of folks that were watching the NASCAR dirt race, I mean, similar situation. I mean, it's a last lap.
Slider gone wrong.
You're going to send it. I mean, you're going to send it. You're going to go. I mean, it sucks. It sucks for both of them.
Yep.
Here we go. Green flag in the air. Duloc
down on the bottom side.
Wow, look at that. Here we go. Off we go. Mike Land up on the point. Duloc to the second spot. Schoenrock on the top side. Michael Gannett right there behind him. They sail it down into the corner. Shannon Duloc is right there. James Schoenrock up on the top side. They dive it down into turn number 3. Mike Land up on the top part of the racetrack. Look at Gannett digging down on the bottom. Power move by the 25. He'll go to third.
Gannett got up on the top side, lit a diamond, and drove it down the hill and gets down underneath Schoenrock. He has a head of steam, setting his sights now on Mike Land. Duloc down on the very bottom side, working it through 3 and 4. Now your new leader this time by will be the 47 of Duloc, followed by the 580, that's 48 of Mike Land, and then Michael Gannett, and then the 494 Dylan Kidwell will be your top 4.
Kidwell in that 4th spot. James Schoenrock right there. Here comes the 54 of Melvin Kemp Jr. Front straightaway they go. 2 car lengths into turn number 1. It is Shannon Duloc. Mike Land is right there. Gannett trying to find something right there. The 494 hanging on to Dylan Kidwell. Onto the back straightaway they go side by side. Your battle for 4th. Kidwell on the bottom. Schoenrock side by side. Melvin Kemp goes to the top side. Duloc that time by. He leads by 1 second. 1 second is the advantage. Now, Gannett goes down to the bottom of the racetrack. Kidwell to the bottom of the racetrack. Schoenrock and Kemp up to the top part. Now we're getting dicey. Now we get dicey.
Melvin Kemp running in a 6th position, started 11th, has worked his way up, +5 this time by. but it's still going to be Duloc now rotating it right around the bottom on the tires, followed by Mike Land and Michael Gannett, Kidwell, Schoenrock, and Kemp will be your top 6.
Top 5 cars trying to get away from the pack. Time Miracle runs in the 6th spot. Blackwood is there, the 444 and the 92. They race side by side as we approach the halfway point here in your factory stock main event. Hot spot on the racetrack. Michael Gannett in the 25 rides in 3rd. The 37 of Schoenrock. Kemp up to the top side. Kidwell down on the bottom. This is lap number 8. Shannon Duloc flashes by once again. You check in on Race on Texas All Access. $39.99 racing all around the state of Texas and Louisiana. Select Heart of Texas Speedway as your favorite racetrack. Kidwell stumbles. Here comes Kemp. Kemp trying to find that rear quarter panel of Schoenrock. Gannett sitting right there in front of him. Here they come making their way around, Joe. Working towards the halfway point, man. We are getting really, really good right now.
9 laps down, 11 laps to go. This time by will be your halfway point, and now Duloc is going to start getting into some lap traffic. But it's still going to be Kemp now jumping to the top shelf. See if he can make something work around the top side. Gannett, Schoenrock, a heck of a race right there. 4th, 3rd, and 4th position. Schoenrock up on the top side, Gannett down on the bottom side. Schoenrock going to diamond it, driving it down the hill, down the back straightaway. Got ahead of steam. Let's see if he can put the blinders on it and check it up a little bit. Here we go, as we are now into lap traffic and a caution. Caution, caution. We got debris down on the bottom in the middle of 1 and 2. Not sure if that's a piece of metal or what that is, as the racing is really heating up there in that 3rd and 4th position between Michael Gannett, Schoenrock, and Kemp. Battling out as Kemp is up on the top shelf trying to make something happen up there. And as this racetrack starts to mature along a little bit, they're going to lay a little rubber down, and it might even speed up a little bit as they work through this A feature for your factory stocks. 10 laps down, 10 laps to go.
So, Joe, if you're Shannon Duloc, do you like that yellow flag? I mean, he had a 2.5 second advantage right there, but he was about to get into a lot of traffic. Now, the way he's been able to check out on the starts, this may be more beneficial for Duloc more than anybody else.
Yeah, Duloc's got plenty of experience being up front. A lot of times you have a new driver, maybe somebody's not familiar with being up front. The caution will kind of let them get out of sync and out of rhythm, and they will stumble the bobble a little bit. That will not happen, I don't believe, with the 47 of Duloc, as he is used to being up front. He used to, when I raced here in the 90s, he was racing a sprint car as like a 12-year-old kid.
Wow.
So Duloc's got a lot of laps around this racetrack. So Duloc will be up front, Mike Land on the bottom, Michael Gannett on the top side, Schoenrock, and then that will be Kemp on the top side. And don't look now, but Jeff Blackwood had to go to the back and is all the way up in the top 7 now.
Tell you, it's been a nice drive for Blackwood. He wins that heat race after going end over end last week, and here he is making his way back into this. Nobody out of this yet, but the thing is, Duloc has been solid on the restarts. Let's see what he elects to do right here. So we're going to flash the lights at him. David Sisk in the birdcage. We are ready to rock and roll. 10 down, 10 to go with your factory stocks here tonight at Heart of Texas Speedway. On the gas, Duloc immediately, 1 car length. Green flag waves, and they make their way out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Mike Land in the 2nd spot. Here's Gannett. Gannett up on the top side. Melvin Kemp's going to go with him. Schoenrock, Time Miracle, Blackwood. Back straightaway they go. Gannett to the top side. Trouble. Pile up at turn number 2.
We call that the big one.
There is the big one right there. The 444, the 17, the 27. You pile them all in, Joe, and when you have a pack like that, it just takes one.
Just one.
One bobble.
Just got on the gas a little bit too hard, spun the car around, and that just bottlenecked them all up together there. So not real sure who started that, but I know the 3 cars that are still involved. So
and that's unfortunate for Gannett, because Gannett got a really nice restart right there.
That's right.
But none of that matters not. We go back to that last restart. We're going to re-rack and restack one more time. Duloc, just a good push with the 47. He's been able to put the car wherever he wants to do it. We saw him in the heat race. He goes high, he goes low, he goes to the middle of the racetrack. And here he is once again, 17 cars struggling up at the top of the racetrack.
Yeah, I think he went into pits, probably check out stuff. Maybe he needed to use a facility or something, but rolling back out on the racetrack right now. 44 taking her to the pits.
So that is Christopher Mercer in the 17M. He will start at the back of the pack. The 27, Jerry Pittman runs right in front of him. And we get the field back in line with another Texas two-step Waco restart. We're going to try it once again. Shannon Dulock on the point in the 47. Nothing tells me at this point that, I don't want to say that Dulock's going to win this race, but he's really strong.
There hadn't been any contenders.
Right.
No pressure from anybody.
The action's behind him. The action's behind him.
And that's why I think that last caution was actually good for him, because there was going to be some slicing and dicing and maybe some unpredictable events happening in front of him that he didn't have control of. Now he is in control of his destiny, if you will. So
Shona won this time by it as Dulock out on the in the catbird seat. Mike Land on the inside of row number 2. Michael Gannett, James Schoenrock, Melvin Kemp on the outside. Ty Miracle.
Blackwood up on the top side above Miracle.
I tell you, Blackwood right there.
I just want to say Miracle.
Then you got
that name.
Then you got some Detroit Steel in that row right behind him.
Oh yeah.
Here we go, factory stocks, 10 down, 10 to go. They make their way around. Green flag in the air, we're racing here at Heart of Texas Speedway. Here's Land going down to the bottom. Gannett up to the top side. Dulock immediately right down to the bottom. Mike Land trying to find some grip. Schoenrock to the bottom, side by side. You got them double stacked right there. Second, third, fourth, and fifth. Schoenrock side by side. Melvin Kemp up to the quarter panel on Michael Gannett. They make their way around once again. Mike Land hanging on to that second spot, but Gannett trying to dig up on the top side. Here's Mike. He'll drive it off of the corner. He'll point it straight. Then off they go side by side. The battle is for second. Land on the bottom. Here's Schoenrock taking a peek with Melvin Kemp and Blackwood right behind him. Ty Miracle. This is lap number 12. Shannon Dulock that time by Joe 1 second. So the 47 trying to check out as they battle behind him.
Well, as they battle behind him, and they just battle and slow each other down as they're slicing and dicing with each other. And that lets Dulock just be up there high lapping the 444 now to the infield. Dulock now followed by Mike Land, Michael Gannett. 37 is Schoenrock, and a 54 of Kemp, and an 88J of Blackwood. Down the back straightaway, Gannett almost up into the wall, had to check up a little bit. Schoenrock with a good move down on the bottom. Gets up into the place number 3. Is this going to be Dulock, Mike Land? Schoenrock is going to be your top 3 right now. Michael Gannett up on the top side, hung out a little bit there. Good run now, 3 wide down the back straightaway. That's going to let Mike Land get to the inside, and that's going to let him clear a good second position as we come to 5 to go, 15 down and 5 to go. Schoenrock, Mike Land, Schoenrock up in a second position this time.
Look at this jam session happening behind your race leader. It's Schoenrock sitting right there. He runs in that spot. Mike Land, Melvin Kemp going down to the bottom. Here's Michael Gannett, Blackwood, Ty Miracle. Shannon Dulock out of corner number 4. He takes it right down to the corner, and he goes way to the bottom. But the battle behind him, now they go single file. Here's Kemp going down to the inside. Schoenrock hanging on to the second spot. Mike Land right there. Kemp's going to go down to the inside. Gannett now up to the top side. That is your battle for the 4th position as they make their way around, clicking off these laps. Kemp going down to the inside. A block thrown right there. Up to the top goes Gannett. Here's Kemp going down to the bottom, but Mike Land is hanging right there. Here they come around. Look at Schoenrock, or pardon me, Dulock. He is cruising. 2 sticks in the air that time by.
2 in the air, 18 down, 2 laps to go this time by. But Dulock just out schooling him right now. Kemp gets sideways, gets it a little hot, gonna lose about 4 positions. That's gonna open it up for Schoenrock for a solid second position right now without much pressure behind him. It's gonna be Dulock followed by Schoenrock, followed by Mike Land. Michael Gannett now up on the top side, trying to work around Mike Land. Good racing throughout the field in your factory stocks.
2.87 seconds that time by. Checkered flag in the air. Shannon Dulock will win another one at Heart of Texas Speedway. Car number 47. James Schoenrock comes home in the runner-up spot. Michael Gannett for the 2nd week in a row will finish 3rd, followed by Mike Land, and Jeff Blackwood will round out the top 5. So Gannett able to battle his way back. He will finish 3rd, but it's Shannon Dulock in car number 47 as he's able to get the whole shot right there on each and every restart. And then at the end of that race, he's just making his way down the straightaway, parking it down at the bottom, getting a great drive off of the corner and a very familiar sight here at Heart of Texas Speedway. It is car number 47, Shannon Dulock, making his way across the scales. He'll get ready to head down to O'Reilly Auto Parts Victory Lane, making his way around once again. Stacy's there for the picks. Joe is heading down there for our post-race interview as Dulock will get ready to clamber out of that race car. Coming up next, IMCA stock cars making their way out. That's going to be a great main event, but it is Duloc. Wasn't quite wire to wire, but Duloc gets to the front, and just too much for him tonight, the driver of car number 47. We're getting ready to head down trackside to my brother Joe Spillman.
I'll tell you what, too, this track has gotten smoothed over, been absolutely perfect, and they've done an absolutely magnificent job of making this track.
Out of the race car, Shannon Duloc, your factory stock winner in the 47. Winner tonight, the 47 Duloc. Once you kind of got up there, you just kind of ran your race. There was a heck of a race behind you. Obviously, you couldn't see that, but you just kind of ran your race and ran away from there. How did it feel to you?
Yeah, I knew it was slick. I just knew it was going to be a one-lane racetrack, and I didn't think the top was going to be there, so I just kind of kept it around the tires. And if anybody tried to follow me out there on the outside, I was going to have to move my line, but I didn't see nobody, so I just kept it where it was at. I just like to thank my sponsors, Field Trailer Sales, BC Electric, TRC Racing Engines, Double H Livestocks, Anderson Racing Engine, I already said that, George Ramon Motorsports, my wife, my kids, everybody put up with this crap I do.
Well, it's good to see you down here. Good job. Shannon Duloc, your factory stock winner in the 47. All right, I need the first kiddo down here to get a trophy. Huh, we already got one.
Look at that.
Look at that. Somebody's ready. Somebody's prepped. Come on down here.
Oh, my goodness. I love Heart of Texas Speedway.
What's your name? All right.
That's what it's all about right there. Take a look at that.
Good job, girlfriend. How are you?
IMCA stock cars on the racetrack for their main event. 20 laps coming up. Your starting lineup on the pole. Car number 84 out of Riesel. It is Zach Terry on the outside out of Killeen. Car number 22, the Double Deuce, Justin Wairinga. Row 2 on the inside. Car number 48R out of Buda. It is Raymond McSpadden on the outside. Storm and Travis Norman, car number 3X. Row 3 on the inside. Coppers Cove, 187. PJ Egbert on the outside, car 97. Out of Killeen, it is Doug Lorenz. Row 4 on the inside, out of Grand Prairie, heat race winner, car number 11. Cameron Cook on the outside, out of Forney. It is Dustin Mooney. Rexer on the inside. Out of Waco, 114, Thomas Hall Jr. On the outside, out of Palmer. Then the 5H, Lance Hansen Jr. Following row, down on the inside. Out of Taylor, the 94A of Allison Morris. On the outside, the 313, it's Austin Smith out of Henderson. Next row, Thomas Hall, inside, 20T, out of Waco. Final car on the grid in the 21E, out of Coppers Cove, Alan Essenberg. 14 cars, 20 laps, IMCA stock cars. We are ready to roll as we continue along here tonight at Heart of Texas Speedway under the Friday night lights. IMCA stock cars, Zach Terry on the front row, Justin Wairinga, car number 22. David Sisk in the birdcage, flashing the lights at him as we get set to go. Here they come. Joe Spillman's favorite class. Take a shot. We are ready to roll.
Shot. It's your IMCA stock cars. Green flag is up in the air. Racing.
Off we go. Zach Terry into turn number 1, bottom of the racetrack. He'll make it dig down there. They stack him up behind him. McSpadden 4 wide out of the corner. Norman is sitting right there. PJ Egbert. They now almost go 5 wide into the corner. Making their way around, Zach Terry in the 84. He'll bring a mad field of IMCA stock cars into turn number 1 around the quarter mile high bank. Heart of Texas Speedway, Friday night lights. It doesn't get any better than that. 4 wide out of the corner. Up on the top side, Dustin Mooney. Here we go. Here's Cameron Cook side by side. Wairinga in the 22. They stay 4 stacked. Out of the corner, into the fence goes Zach Terry in the 84. Able to gather it back in. Across the nose goes Dustin Mooney. Man, I love this.
Norman, slow. Zach Terry losing his front fender. Lots of stuff going on right there. Let's see if we can get those race cars off the track. But it's going to be the 187 of PJ Egbert. That's Pizzo up front, followed by the 11 of Cameron Cook, the 97 Doug Lorenz. But don't look now. Dustin Mooney up on the top side, right in that rim. Going to close that gap now. Try to diamond it down on the bottom. Just one groove up for Doug Lorenz, and that's going to let Dustin Mooney be in that third position just barely. But now up on the top side, good run for Dustin Mooney in a 21 machine.
And look at Mooney drive that thing. Now he goes side by side. The battle for second. Cameron Cook down on the bottom. Doug Lorenz and Hanson up on the top side. It is a 187 to PJ Egbert. 1.354 seconds that time by. As we check in on our race monitor app, you can download that as well. Follow along with Joe and I throughout the night. Get your race results, your lineups, your standings, everything right there on that app. Here they come. Egbert continues to hold on. Mooney up to the second spot. Cameron Cook. That lead is now 1.252 seconds up to the top. Rim riding, using that cushion up on the top side. Look at that drive out of corner number 2. Here's Mooney down to the bottom. Cameron Cook hanging on. This is lap number 7. We're halfway home. This is a 15-lap main event, pardon me. 15-lap main event. Up to the top, Mooney. He's got something going on right there, Joe. He's got a hell of a drive up there.
Mooney hasn't worked it up on the top side of 1 and 2, but the last time by, 2 laps ago, he jumped the cushion a little bit, and that cost him a couple of car lengths. Then he dives it down to the bottom of 3 and 4. He can make up ground up on the top side. The kid knows the fast way around the racetrack, but he is chasing a legend in himself, PJ Egbert. If your last name is Egbert, you are pretty quick in whatever you drive, and so he is chasing Pizzo all the way around, but he's going to go once again jump to the top side through 1 and 2 and see if he can make up some of that headway, and he does make it up down the back straightaway by about 10 car lengths. Now is Pizzo, followed by Cameron Cook, and then Hampson, your top 4.
He's got it down to under a second. Here they go flashing by once again that time. You can watch Egbert go down into the corner. Egbert gently working down at the bottom of the racetrack. He's bottom feeding right there, but Dustin Mooney just continues to navigate. Now here he comes up, right up to the back bumper this time by. This is lap number 10. 5 to go right here for your race leader, PJ Egbert. Up to the top goes Mooney once again. He goes up and lays it on the cushion.
Watch out, PJ! Watch out, PJ!
He's got a drive right there. Here's Mooney, Joe. He is right there. They go door to door down into the corner. Good drive down on the bottom side. They wheel it out. This is lap number 12.
12 down, 3 to go in this feature race. And DJ has no idea anybody's within a country mile of him. And here comes Mooney down the back straightaway. He can get up to about his rear quarter panel, but we've got lap traffic coming up. This time by, Dustin opens up his entry and diamonds it and drives under. And let's see if he can make something happen this time by.
Oh my goodness, there he goes way up to the top. He lays it. He'll take the drive off of turn number 2. Mooney up on the top side. PJ Egbert down on the bottom.
Lappers.
Thomas Hall in front of him. This time by. White flag in the air. One more time around. Egbert right there. Mooney is there. Take us home, Joe.
Mooney's up on the top side. Hall a little bit out of shape, and that's going to let PJ Egbert have to check up just a little bit. Here we come to the checkered flag. It's going to be PJ Egbert on the bottom side. Mooney up on the top side, and this time by Egbert by less than a quarter of a second. What a race. Dustin Mooney did everything in his possible being to get by there. Started 8th, finished 2nd, PJ Egbert. And next up will be your Tom's Modifieds. Here is Mr. Brad Crane. He'll hand it down there to Rodney in the winner's circle here.
All right, Joe, thank you very much. I'll tell you what, we're going to get a quick interview here with Rodney going on down the road, and he'll get a how'd you do that kind of thing going on. And we do have a 20-lap A main event coming up for the Touring Outlaw Modified Series. $1,500 to the winner, $225 just to start. Not bad. He'll pay for gas getting down here.
All right. O'Reilly Auto Parts Victory Lane. PJ Egbert parks his car. What a drive right there. Able to get away from the pack, but I'll tell you what a run by Dustin Mooney at the end of that. As Mooney working up on the top side, but Egbert just too much right there. And then as we get to the end, the lap traffic really starting to factor in, but when it's all said and done, we talked about that Egbert last name, and here he is once again, diving out of the race car. Big round of applause. PJ Egbert wins it tonight in the IMCA stock cars here at Heart of Texas Speedway under the Friday Night Lights. PJ, I'll tell you what, man, you're able to get away from everybody right there, but Mooney, when you go back and watch this thing, he was up on that cushion. He was giving you everything he had.
Yeah, I'm thankful that he raced me clean. I got to thank a lot of people, Nate and Alan. They changed the transmission today so that we can make it. The Cogburn team loaned us a carburetor after the heat race, and Doug Lorenz loaned us a coil. And we think we figured out the miss.
Isn't that what it's all about, though? I mean, everybody, we all compete. I mean, we want to win, but when a racer's in need, we all help each other out.
Oh, yeah. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Big round of applause one more time. IMCA Stock Cars, PJ Egbert, your winner here tonight. We're heading back up top. Coming up, it is the Touring Outlaw Modified Series, our guest class here tonight. And we head up to Mr. Brad Crane.
Oh, thank you very much, Rodney. I tell you what, this has just been a great night for racing. The track is just superb. Low, high, middle, it doesn't matter where you run on the track. It's good everywhere. Some of the drivers are electing to hit one a little bit on the higher side and hitting 3 and 4 down a little bit lower. You never can tell. They're figuring out the track themselves. The track is excellent. We have got 20-lap A main event coming up for the Touring Outlaw Modified Series. Again, this is our 8th year and going fast, coming up fast on 9 years. We want to thank our incredible sponsors, Summit Racing Equipment. Summit Racing Equipment, you all know where that is. You got to go by the Interstate 20 Summit folks. And this will be a 25-lap A main event. 25-lap A main event. The boss just told me that. Surprise, surprise. 25. That'll be all right. Anyway, Summit Racing. Want to go with them, and of course we thank Smiley's, Tom Lorenz and the gang out of Mesquite, Texas. Smiley's always helping us out. Fritz Photo, good people doing great business. All-Star Signs by Wesley. You're going to see Wesley Veal out here and son Ryan Veal racing in just a moment. Love's Graphics, good folks doing great business. Along with Dirt Defender, you all know what they do. They plug up those wheels and keep that mud right where it belongs, back on the racetrack. Dirt Defender, and then Amar's Race Cars. Hellish Shriners, great race we got coming up. Ricky is our flag man, and Ricky will be is instrumental as he is a Shriner himself. He's our flag man, but he's instrumental in running the Shriner race, which will be coming up a little later on this 2022 season. WMC Steel Incorporated, good people. And, of course, great thanks to our folks. We're going to be at Abilene Speedway tomorrow night. $2,000 to win tomorrow night. Tonight's $1,500. Not bad. Tomorrow it is $2,000 for the win and $300 to start for the Touring Outlaw Modified Series drivers. We had 34, I think, was the total number. And we will be going 25 laps for the A main event. But tomorrow night we've got Abilene Race Rads along with Super Sucker Fan Blades, I kid you not, Super Sucker Fan Blades, and of course VP Racing Fuels. VP Racing Fuels, also they're also a great sponsor for our friends at Abilene Speedway, and we're really looking forward to this. I haven't been to Abilene, and by golly, I'll bet it's been 30 years since, or 25 years since the last time I was at Abilene Speedway. I can hardly wait till tomorrow night. Don't forget, Michelle is selling our Toms, hats, kids' t-shirts, youth shirts. We got them all, hoodies. You check it out, and that's at the wall. Okay, here they come. 25-lap A main event for the Touring Outlaw Modified Series. Justin McCoy out of Irving, Texas, drives number 410. He starts on the pole. Next to Justin is Eric Tomlinson out of Robinson. He drives the number 10 car. Second row inside the for sale car, Bo Day out of Greenville in the 4 car. Chase Allen, he's out of Midlothian. He drives number 130. Chris Hennigan, saw him win a heat earlier. He runs the 16 car, third row inside. 14X, that's Josh Landers, his darling daughter, upstairs with me, videotaping all this. Chris Morris, he's out of Taylor. He drives 94. Kale Westover out of Altus, Oklahoma. He drives the 15W car. Dylan Pike, good interview with him earlier tonight. Dylan Pike drives the 6 car. He's out of Waxahachie. And then the number 5 ride, that's Kevin Green. You saw his dad race here for many years, both Keith Green for many, many years racing here. Tommy Davis Jr., he drives the 17 car. Tommy Davis, the 17 ride, he drives, starts 6th row inside. Outside, it's Max Eddie Thomas in the 82 car. Then Jared Baird in the 99 ride. He drives 7th row inside. Rusty Trevathan Jr., Wiley, Texas, drives 51. Michael Risky out of Cattle Mills. He drives the 2R car. The 71 car, that is Chad Milton out of Mineral Wells. Wesley Veal, he drives the 11X car. Next to him, Jacob Church in the 24 car. Now, you're going to see all the drivers get 4 wide. They're going to make a couple of laps, folks, and you'll see it here in just a moment. What we like to do, something very, very special that we love to do for you. And they'll be here in just a moment. What you're going to see is a little bit different. Dustin Robinson is in there. There you go, folks. Give them a great big hand. They're coming up.
Turn their flashlights.
Turn on your flashlights, folks. Your flashlights, they can see it better on your phones. Your flashlights. Dustin Robinson, Post Texas, drives the number 110 car. 22 car, that's Casey Huggins in the 22 ride. David Tanner, he's out of Wichita Falls. He drives D25. Robert McKinney out of Alvarado. He drives the number 19 car. Troy Taylor, well, had some bad luck in the heat race earlier. He's 56 car. And Matt Martin in the number 11 car. Now, what they're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, they're going to come up here and they are going to stop and turn off their engines. On my count of 3, when I say 1, 2, 3, except I'll be a lot slower, on my count of 3, I want to hear really loud, Waco. I want to hear, gentlemen, start your engines. I wish it was driver start your engine, but we're going to say, gentlemen, start your engines because we got all guys racing, no girls yet, in the Touring Outlaw Modified Series, and they will make one more revolution of the Heart of Texas quarter mile bank dirt track. 24 of them are going to make the start. And when you hear them stop, it's going to get dead quiet. They can hear you inside their helmets. They will hear you inside their helmets. Remember, on 3, it'll be, gentlemen, start your engines. When you say start your engines, you're going to hear 24 times 725 horsepower, 18,700 horsepower coming at you.
Before you count them down, I'm going to play a real cool song. You'll hear it on the headphones. Kind of build up.
Okay. Okay. They turn off their engines, you know. They turn off their engines.
Yeah. When it's on, I'll start playing the song.
Okay, we'll make it short real quick.
I got it.
Okay. As I said, folks, they're going to turn off their engines here in just a few moments. And once I get word up from Keith, don't turn off the music. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on 3, remember, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Restore engines. There you go, very loud. And they heard you, ladies and gentlemen, they heard you. We had music going, but they heard you. And here we go. All right, you just heard 17,900, I think it is. I forgot 25 times 725. I can't remember. It's a whole bunch. And let's see here, one of our drivers having a little bit of a problem, the 99 car of Jared Baird. Jared Baird won a B main earlier tonight. We'll see how he does tonight. He's out of Norman, Oklahoma. His car, no big deal. It fired up. It just took it a little extra time. So starting on the pole, it's going to be Justin McCoy out of Irving in the 410 car. Justin McCoy. He will be your pole sitter. Right next to him, it is the good-looking number 10 car of Eric Tomlinson. He's out of Robinson, Texas. Bo Day got the car for sale, the number 4 car. Check it out. It's a beautiful winning ride. Won last year. Then we have the number 130 car, 130. That's Chase Allen. Looks like a big orange one, but it's 130. 25 car in there, a 16 car. Chris Hennigan looked good earlier tonight. 25 lap, hey, main event. $1,500 to the winner. Here we go, and we are underway. 25 laps underway. Touring Outlaw Modified Series, April 22nd, 2022. Heart of Texas Speedway, Waco, Texas. Yeah, buddy. Bringing them down for the first lap. It will be the 10 ride. of Eric Tomlinson in that good-looking 10 ride. Bo Day, he does run second in the number 4 car. Bo Day holding on to second place. Good race up in front. Yellow coming out has got problems right straight across the racetrack from us. A pair of cars mixing it up right across the racetrack from us. Doesn't look like too much damage from here. Hopefully the front ends are good on both cars. And hopefully both of them will fire up. Yeah, they can get started. Going to cost them a little real estate. Have to start at the back of the pack, and let's see if they can get fired up and going. I mean to cut you off, but I go by the boss down there.
What's that?
Well, I didn't mean to cut your music off, but I go by the boss down there.
Oh.
He was down there, okay? All right. All right, we did get one lap complete. This is a 25-lap A main event. Oh, darn the bad luck. You know, we love our wreckers, and they do a wonderful job, but we do not like seeing our wreckers hooking up to the drivers and having to get them out of the way. That doesn't mean just a whole lot of good going on for the driver. Well, we will see. Perhaps some front-end damage there, a little bit more than... well, let's see here. That wrecker says, never mind. Never mind. We'll go see how this guy is. And again, we'll be at Abilene Speedway tomorrow night. Abilene Speedway. We do hope all of you will plan to join us tomorrow night. It's going to be beautiful weather, and I hope you'll join us. And we really want to thank our Abilene sponsors. Abilene Race Rads will be there tonight, tomorrow night. Super Sucker Fan Blades. Yeah, buddy. Super Sucker Fan Blades tomorrow night. VP Race Fuels. VP Race Fuels. Very important people. Race Fuels. There you go. That's how you win it. Earn it. Remember it. All of tonight's races, of course. Race on Texas is here. $39.95. You say, boy, that sounds kind of high. No, $39.95. It's an excellent price. Goes every month. Half of what you pay of that $39.95 goes to the racetrack of your choice, to their driver's point fund. You can pick any track you want. Naturally, we hope tonight you'll pick Heart of Texas, but you can send it to any track you want. That half of that $39.95, the other $39.95. We used to say it paid the salaries. Not anymore. It pays the gas bill to get here. And our cameraman tonight is all the way up from San Antonio, and he is working here hard tonight. And we'll be at up yonder tomorrow night. And we do hope that you'll... Tom's TV also. Don't forget about Tom's TV. Tom'sRacing.tv. Tom'sRacing.tv. KK is our camera lady, and she's got the plan with her eye on the driver. She does a magnificent job with the tripod and the Sony camera and all that good stuff. And she's plugged into me. We have a good time doing this. We hope you enjoy it. At number 5, orange car, Kevin Green. Been racing a lot of years now, and of course he likes choosing his dad's number. Keith Green drove the orange number 5 Texas All-Star Modified race car for many, many years. I remember when Keith Green used to race motorcycles at Ross Downs. Many of you perhaps are old motorcycle race fans, might have gone to Ross Downs at one time or another. That was an excellent racetrack. Who lives there now? Oh, I don't know, most of the Cowboys and the Rangers. Colleyville is a very, very high-end neighborhood of Fort Worth. And it used to be a motorcycle neighborhood. Oh, well, that was the good old days. So, again, we thank our sponsors, great people, doing great business. Summit Racing Equipment out of Arlington. You ought to see their business right on I-20 in Arlington. Summit Racing, incredible place. Smiley's Racing, good people. Tom Marin's in family and fun, folks having fun in Mesquite and other locations, along with Fritz Photo, all-star signs by Wesley Veal out here in the 11 car. And we've got one lap in this 25 lap. Hey, main event, about ready to get back underway. Let's see, here we go. Good start, we are underway. Ricky's green flag. Early later, once again, the number 10 car. Eric Tomlinson in that 10 rod. I'm sorry, make that the 410. 410 of Justin McCoy. Oh boy, we got a 410 and we got a 10. The 410 of Justin McCoy started on the pole and he leads. Justin McCoy, I am so sorry. I was calling the wrong name. That's all right. Eric Thomas is doing a good job too. He's in the car, running in 4th position right now. Bo Day, he holds on to 2nd place. Bo Day does run 2nd and a caution coming out. As let's see here. Oh, okay. We had a problem inside of 3 and 4 with one of our drivers. That was George. Let's see here, Melton in the 71 ride. Make that Chad Melton out of Mineral Wells, I believe, brought out the caution. And Chad knows, yeah, it's going to cost me a little real estate. I'll move over. Let everybody else get by me. Wesley Veal is still in the 11X car. He's will be starting back there with Melton. And his son, Ryan Veal, is up a little further, perhaps. All right, we've got 3 laps remaining. Wait a minute, 3 laps. We've got racing. 3 laps complete. There, I'll get it out. 3 laps complete in this 25-lap A-main event. The 410 car of Justin McCoy out of Irving really looks strong up to this point. Here we go, back underway. Ricky's drops the green. Tomlinson doing a magnificent job in that 410 ride. Let me get Justin McCoy, pardon me. Justin McCoy, there I go again in the 410 ride. Tomlinson is in the number 10 ride. He runs in 5th place. Bo Day doing a good job. Runs that 4 car. What is for sale? That's the 4 car. It's a beautiful, proven winner from last year. Bo Day is still in that car waiting for his brand new car. Good racing action for 3rd place. The number 130 car, 130 of Chase Allen. The orange 130 machine, and caution coming out as had problems on the number 15 ride.
Yeah, it's Cale Westover.
Aha.
And that right there, that was one of your contenders right there. He was really working his way up into that top 5. He gets turned around at turn number 2.
Yeah, and Cale Westover from Altus, Oklahoma. Good to see him down here. Had a little bit of a problem, but that car is super strong. You saw him in his heat race earlier tonight with a beautiful win. In fact, he ran away with a win earlier. So he says, well, I don't like being back here, but guess what? I know how to get through this real estate up in front of me. Now, Kevin Green has got a little bit of iron hanging off. Not iron, it's just aluminum, part of a left side panel, it looks like. Race officials deemed it not bad enough to take them off. So we've got 5 laps remaining, 5 laps complete, 20 laps remaining. Here we go. Oh yeah, this racetrack glazed over. It's absolutely beautiful, smoothed over. Really looks good. And it's not easy with these winds, 25-mile-an-hour winds out of the south all night long. Track crews have done a magnificent job of holding this racetrack in good shape, putting this racetrack in good shape, and it's holding up well. Kevin Green running that 5 car in the 7th place, had a good battle with the 14 car. The 14X car of Josh Landers won at Big O Speedway on a very difficult racetrack 2 weeks ago. It was dry slick, but believe me, the winds were incredibly long, hard. And that was the 99 car that had the problem. Jared Baird.
Chris Morris, 94 car. Chris Morris goes around at turn 1. Brad, that's actually one of our Heart of Texas Speedway drivers right there.
Oh, okay, 94. I'm sorry. I thought it was 99, 94. Chris Morrison.
Out of Taylor, Chris Morris right there.
All right.
Strong run there for him, but now he'll go to the back of the pack.
Yeah, he will. It cost him a little bit of real estate starting on the back of the pack. But I'll tell you what, they still get $225 for starting. So at least that'll help pay the fuel bill. Tell you what, this racetrack is just magnificent. He's done a magnificent job, his crew, watering this track perfect. You got high line, low line in the middle, and it's smooth as glass out there. Good racing action for these Touring Outlaw Modified Series. Here we go. 7 laps complete. We're back underway in this 25-lap main event. Okay, it's still Justin McCoy out of Irving, Texas, in the 410 car. Beautiful 410 car. I'm going to get an interview with him very soon. He's really good. Bo Day still runs in second place. We had a great interview with Bo Day at Big O Speedway back a couple of weeks ago, our first Tom's race of the season. And he's got a lot of competition right behind him, the number 16 car of Chris Hennigan. Chris Hennigan is right on the rear bumper of Bo Day's car. Chris Hennigan does run third. Then it's the 130 machine. I believe that's the 130 machine of Chase Allen in that one car. One with the tiny little itty 30, I think. I hope. In 5th place. Good looking ride. The number 82 car. In 5th. Trevathan. Max Eddie Thomas running 5th in that 82 car. 1, 2, 3, 5 place, yes. Max Eddie Thomas then. Number 10 car, I believe that's Eric Tomlinson, the 10 black car, running about the number 6 spot. We are halfway through this main event for the Touring Outlaw Modified Series. Beautiful run up in front with Justin McCoy out of Irving in that beautiful blue and white 410 ride. I'll tell you what, Justin came to Heart of Texas with a race face in place. Doing a great job. Bo Day still doing a fine job in second place, but he's got plenty of competition right behind him. The number 130 machine of Chase Allen. Chase Allen does run a close 3rd place. Behind Bo Day, he's giving Bo a run for his money. Then in 4th place, it is the number 16 ride of Chris Hennigan. On down through the field, we've got Wesley Neal, Jay Butcher, having a good time, Justin Robinson racing with us, along with Casey Huggins, David Tanner, Robert McKinney, Troy Taylor in his 56. Nope, maybe not, okay. Back up in front, the 410 ride. Justin McCoy. And a problem in 1 and 2 as a caution will come out with the driver. That was the 94 car in 1 and 2 once again. And one of your local drivers is here on Friday nights and getting a taste of what it's all about running with the Touring Outlaw Modified Series drivers.
Chris Morris right there once again. And Brad, talk about, I like what you guys do with that cone. You set the cone right out on the front straightaway, and I really like that on a restart. I think that levels makes for a really good start. And there's a cone sitting right there at the start-finish line.
It's not that we don't trust race car drivers, but no, it keeps them honest.
No.
No. It keeps them real honest. All right. Boy, I'll tell you what. Old Justin McCoy out of Irving in that 410 car. It's a beautifully prepared race car. And he came to Heart of Texas with his race face in place. Doherty Brothers, one of his major sponsors on the 410 car. Bo Day, that car is for sale. You've heard me say it all night long. Bo Day is running with the car for sale in 2nd place. And then the number 1 car, it's actually a 130 car, 130, I'm thinking. That is Chase Allen out of Midlothian running in 3rd place. Following 4th place, the number 16 car of Chris Hennigan. Had a good heat race earlier this evening. And then coming up, quite a drive for several of our drivers. Max Eddie Thomas out of Quinlan, Texas. His home track, I'm thinking, is probably Big O. Quinlan over in that neighborhood, a little bit closer to Ennis. He's had a good ride in his 92 car. It's got some miles on it. Max Eddie Thomas been around racing a long time. All right, a 25 lap. Hey, main event. 16 laps are complete. Your leader is the 410 car of Justin McCoy out of Irving, Texas. Bo Day right behind him. Let's see if we get a start. Nobody passes anybody till they get to the cone. Everybody stays nice and in their starting spot. So, yeah, and I think Troy Taylor is going to get a 6-star. Not as mentioned earlier on. Usually see Troy up a little bit closer. Everybody having a real great start with our 17 laps complete. Yeah, we continue on. Justin McCoy in that 410 car up in front. Bo Day. They're both staying down low on the racetrack, doing a fine job. Still holding on to 3rd. It's the 130 car, Chase Allen. Racetrack, you just can't find a finer racetrack under difficult conditions. West Texas wind we have had for weeks and weeks in Central Texas and North Texas. We ain't used to it. West Texas, take back your wind. We don't want it no more. Anyway, we got 5 laps remaining. 5 laps remaining. The battle for second place is a good one. That 130 car. Chase Allen keeps the pressure on Bo Day. Bo Day stays right in his groove, stays kind of low on the track. Chase is a little bit lower than Bo is. They've got themselves a good battle. We've got 4 laps remaining. As your leader continues to be Justin McCoy. Justin McCoy in that 410 beautiful blue, white, and black ride. Bo Day in the 4th car, for sale. Just on second. The 130 car. Chase Allen almost stuck a nose underneath Bo Day. Here comes the 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. And again, your leader, Justin McCoy, opening it up. Good battle going on for the 4th place, number 16 car of Hennigan. Having himself a fine ride, along with Max Eddie Thomas. As the white flag flies, we are on that final lap with a car that spun out. Caution comes out. Caution on the track, lap 24. We almost got there with the 51 car having the problem inside of turns 1 and 2. 51 car of Trevathan, Rusty Trevathan Jr. having the problem inside of 1 and 2. And again, the track very smoothed over. It looks just super tonight. And that wind has just never laid low at all.
Tell you, Brad, Justin McCoy able to get away from the field once again as they start to stack it up behind him. You got Bo Day and Chase Allen really trying to do something with him, but it looks like wherever McCoy puts that race car, a whole shot each and every time. Didn't want to see that caution flag right there, but it seems like McCoy, the driver out of Irving, really able to get away from the pack. But now it's time to go to the pay window. Now it's a totally different restart.
Yeah, buddy. Remember that pay window pays $1,500 for the win tonight. $225 to help you pay with the gas fuel just for starting the race. Tomorrow night, you got to join us. You got to get out to Abilene Speedway. We're really looking forward. Our sponsors out there, Abilene Race Rads, Super Sucker Fan Blades, VIP Race Fuels, and other folks helping us out. It pays $2,000 to win tomorrow night, $300 just to start the race. That'll really help out on the gas bill. A lot of these drivers, of course, have really nice enclosed rides, motorhomes, or other vehicles that they're staying in down here tonight, or probably staying right here tonight at Heart of Texas. And we'll be debriefing a little bit after the races. And then fire up early tomorrow morning, take off, have a nice breakfast, get all cleaned up and ready to go, and head to Abilene. And I'll be out there. Sure hope you'll join all of us for the Touring Outlaw Modified Series tomorrow night, Abilene Speedway.
And Brad, that'll be a great show, Brad, because you got Rob and Libby Poole over there. They were actually our Revved Up Sports Show Promoters of the Year last year. Just a great program that they run over at Abilene. You guys taking this full field of cars that you brought here to Waco tonight. Congratulations on just a great car count. What a Friday night light show here tonight in Waco.
Yeah, it really is. Friday night light show. I like that real good. We all like this racing real good, that's for sure. And again, the racetrack has just been in phenomenal shape. A lot of drivers starting midway through the pack or even towards the end have made their way up closer to the front. Kevin Green in that number 5 ride, he started back a ways and is running in the number 7 spot right now. And again, our leader, of course, Justin McCoy out of Irving, really doing a good job. Okay, Ricky is our flag man. He travels with us to all the Touring Outlaw Modified races. Says, boys, we're going to let you go around one more time, and then you're going to get a green flag. Well, not all the way around. Wesley Beal is running his 11X car in the number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spot. Wesley, again, has wrapped many of these race cars, and I don't see his son, or do I? No, I don't see Ryan out there. I think Ryan may have problems. Here we go. We're back underway. 23 laps are complete. 2 laps to go. And back on the gas, it's Justin McCoy in that 410 ride out of Irving, doing a fine job with his 410 ride. Bo Day in the 4 cars right behind him. White flag flies. We've got 1 lap remaining. Everybody makes it through 3 and 4 smoothly. Everybody is making it through 1 and 2 smoothly. Your leader coming out of turn 4 right now, Justin McCoy. Here he comes. Unofficially, it'll be Justin McCoy with the win, followed by Bo Day. 3rd place, it will be the 130 car of Chase Howard. Wow! Good race. 25 lap A main event. And again, we hope you'll be out there. Oh, good deal. We're going to get an interview. All right. Love it. We're going to get an interview with our winner. There you go, folks. Don't worry. Don't go anywhere. We got lots of racing left. This is the Touring Outlaw Modified Day main event. They're done. But you've got more of your guys coming up momentarily. And again, we want to thank Rodney Rodriguez, who's got his race shows on. And I'm going to be a guest on the show Monday night. Needless to say, no, I won't be going to Austin. I'll be calling in. But he does have an excellent race show. And we will talk about tonight's races. And, of course, we'll talk about tomorrow night's races in Abilene. And that's Monday night. Tune in.
Touring Outlaw Modified Series. It is Justin McCoy in the 410, diving out of the race car. There he is. Big round of applause. Justin McCoy wins it tonight here at Heart of Texas Speedway. Driver out of Irving, Texas, doing it in dominating fashion tonight. Justin, talk about this car. It seemed like, man, wherever you put this thing, you were just so good on the restarts. All those yellow flags at the end, that had to be frustrating, but, man, you just had this thing hooked up.
Thank you, man. The car is awesome. I can't thank Brad Doherty enough. Josh, my dad, Ginger, Terry Boyer, Undercover Shocks. I'm nervous, you can tell. Yep. All the cautions. I mean, it's just I was racing. I didn't know. I know I got Bo behind me. Everybody here's fast. I mean, it's nerve-wracking. Biggest show I've won in a while.
So how cool is it? You come up here, there's so many cars in the pits. I mean, we had 2 B mains tonight. You're able to hold on through all of that. I mean, it's got to be pretty special to win here tonight at Heart of Texas.
Yes, sir. Very special. Like I said, I just kind of lost for words right now. Just
awesome to win a Tom's event. Big check. I mean, that's cool. Never had one of those, so this is cool.
Absolutely. He'll go for the sweep tomorrow as he'll head to Abilene. Touring Outlaw Modified Series, Justin McCoy out of Irving is your winner here tonight at Heart of Texas Speedway.
All right, very good. Thanks a million, Rodney. Really appreciate that. So much easier for you to get down there and get over there in the winner's circle. Some of us have got a few years on you, and I'm one of them. So it ain't easy. We have our Tom's race money that we like to take a picture of, $1,500, going home to Irving with tonight's feature winner, Justin McCoy. And of course, your next class of stockers is coming up. And I love this class, and we've got a lot of stock fans that come out here every Friday night to Heart of Texas and listening to Rodney every single Friday night. And he will bring you the action. And on behalf of Keith Pirtle, our race director, and of course John and Nikki Webb, I'm Brad Crane saying thanks a million for joining us in the Touring Outlaw Modified Series. We hope you enjoyed Tom's. Come on out and see us tomorrow night at Abilene. We're really looking forward to racing there. Thanks a million, man. Absolutely. It's so much easier for you to get down there. Thank you. I'm going to leave it with you, buddy.
Outlaw Street Stocks on the track as we continue with main event action. Your starting lineup on the point tonight, the birthday guy. Out of Waco, car number 68, it's Wade White. On the outside, out of Waxahachie. In car number 9G, it is Drew Garcia. Inside of row number 2, the 714 out of Elmont. It is Charles Mulvaney flanking him on the outside. In the 13, Benji Kirkpatrick. Row 3 on the inside, 716 to Trey Vota. On the outside, out of Waco, Superman. Cody Daniel, row 4 on the inside, out of Waco, Brian Harcrow, car 10. In the 1B, out of McGregor on the outside, Brandon Hood. Row 5 on the inside, out of Galinda. In the 18 at K, it's Tommy Honey. Brent Mayfield out of Waco on the outside. Jerry Friedrich out of Austin in the 13. Barry Gaston out of Waco, car number 8. Following row down on the inside, G.W. Egbert in the 717 out of Salado. On the outside, out of Temple, Robert Shepard, car number 84. Out of Nolanville in the X, Gage Fuller. Joe Morales, say it with me, in the 07 JD. Following row, inside, out of Belmead, 225, Jeff Williams. Out of Ennis on the outside, in the Knot M, it is Dylan Glass, shotgun on the field, position number 19. Final car in the grid. In the 14X, out of Tyler, it's Alex Bates. 20 laps, Outlaw Street Stocks as we roll on Friday Night Lights here at Heart of Texas Speedway. Thank you for being a part of the action right here with us at the racetrack. Checking in on Race on Texas, all access, $39.99. Racing from all around the state of Texas and Louisiana. Select Heart of Texas Speedway as your favorite racetrack. Half of that money going right back to the racetrack. Really cool stuff right there. Flashing the lights at them as we get set to go. Wade White, Drew Garcia on the front row. Outlaw Street Stocks, 20 laps remaining. Here they come. David Sisk, green flag. We're racing at Heart of Texas Speedway. Kirkpatrick immediately down to the corner on the back straightaway. They go. Benji Kirkpatrick, big time move, and he will vault into the lead. 1 car length. In the corner number 3, Wade White right behind him. A little bit of contact there. Voton, Drew Garcia. Rim riding around the top of the racetrack. It is Brandon Hood. Now they begin to settle in as we have 1 lap complete here in the Outlaw Street Stocks. Egbert off the track in the 717. Benji Kirkpatrick, 5 car length advantage. The action is happening right behind him as you watch right here. Into the corner they go. Drew Garcia leading a mad dash of race cars. Vota, Tommy Honey, the 76S of Cody Daniel. They battle along. Brandon Hood up on the top side. Wade White shuffled back just a little bit. Harcrow down on the bottom. Up to the top is Mayfield. They make their way down into turn number 1. Side-by-side battle for second. Here's Vota. Vota going for that runner on spot. He'll take it for the 9G of Drew Garcia. Opens up the bottom a little bit. Tommy Honey taking a peek right there. Now they'll settle in once again. It continues to be Benji Kirkpatrick, Trey Vota, Drew Garcia. the 18K of Tommy Honey. Cody Daniel. Here comes Brandon Hood down on the bottom. That is a side-by-side momentarily battle for the 5th position. Up at the front, it continues to be the 13 car of Benji Kirkpatrick trying to go back-to-back. That has been quite the run for the 13 car this year. Hot spot on the racetrack as they begin to knuckle it back just a little bit. The 18K of Tommy Honey. Cody Daniel in the 76S. Brandon Hood, Wade White, Harcrow way up on the top side. Able to hang on, not able to hang on. Slipping and sliding off of turn number 4 is Brent Mayfield, but we stay clean and green. Up the track goes Garcia, opens up that bottom groove. Here comes Tommy Honey. Tommy Honey will run to the 3rd spot. 7 laps complete that time by for Benji Kirkpatrick. Side-by-side battle on Race on Texas, all access. Garcia down to the bottom. Tommy Honey washes up the racetrack, and now Tommy Honey will shuffle back to the 4th spot as Garcia hangs on in front of the Tommy Honey car. But Tommy Honey, just a nice drive down on the bottom once again. Then he'll go side by side into turn number 1, and he will take that spot. Opens up that bottom groove, and Cody Daniel in the 76S. Superman about to pounce right there as they make their way out of turn number 4. With next time by, we'll be halfway home, but we got a 3-car battle happening right here for the 4th spot. Cody Daniel hanging on, but behind him Brandon Hood. Up the track goes Drew Garcia. Halfway home this time by. Halfway home right there for your race leader, Benji Kirkpatrick. Trey Voton rides in the 2nd spot. Honey, Daniel, Garcia, Harcrow, Bates, White, Williams. That is your top 10. On to the back straightaway they go, into some of the back markers right now to the inside. That is opening up the door right now for Trey Voton in the 716. Voton is right there. He's 2.5 car lengths back, and now Voton closing up onto the back bumper of Benji Kirkpatrick this time by. Lap number 12, 8 circuits to go, and Voton is right there ready to make a move. 1 car sitting right in front of him. It is the 0 car. They'll have to work to the inside of that orange and blue Chevrolet as they'll go to the inside. Kirkpatrick down to the bottom. Trey Voton is right there. The 0M keeping the line nice and open for those drivers to make their way down to the inside. Now Voton hung up a little bit behind the lap car. It's 2.5 car lengths down into turn number 3, out of corner number 4. Kirkpatrick able to hold on as they make their way down the front straightaway. Now here's Voton, Tommy Honey trying to get to his right elbow, Joe. And I'll tell you what, how about this domination once again? Benji Kirkpatrick, this 13 car is hooked up.
He is hooked up, and even on a super slick track, the modified's laid a little bit of rubber down on that bottom side, and that has let really
Wade White
around.
Turns 1 and 2.
Wade Wright, birthday boy himself.
I'll tell you what, this isn't what we expected out of Wade White tonight. I mean, every time you see Wade White come out here, but I think this is one thing that we've talked about with this class, Joe, the last couple of years is, man, this class is very distinct. I mean, you see several different type of cars right here. Wade White, one of the dominant cars for so long, but man, he has got a lot of company right now.
Yes, he does. Very good, very hard racing throughout the field. Thank you there, Rodney. I was a little thirsty. Very good, hard racing throughout the field. Benji Kirkpatrick once again gets out front and is just kind of checking away from everybody. But that's going to leave the 716 of Trey Voton. I called him Votel for so long, and finally at the winter circle a couple weeks ago at Cotton Bowl, he's like, dude, it's Votel, it's not Votal. I'm like, sorry, buddy. So Votel in 2nd. Tommy Honey in the 18K in 3rd. Cody Daniel 4th. And the outside of that is Brandon the Hood Rat in the 1B.
This is going to be another interesting restart right here because we're watching Benji here in this 13 car. And he is just so good on the breakaway. He is so good on the start. He's able to get away in the car wherever he puts it. And now we have a very nicely even racetrack. You got rubber in all 4 corners right now. So there's multiple lanes on the racetrack as we show him one this time by David Sisk with that rolled up green flag. But now the gloves are off. We got 6 to go. It's time to go to the pay window, and this is when it gets real.
14 down, 6 to go for the 13. Benji Kirkpatrick. We can't call him Bangin' Benji anymore. He hadn't run into anything lately. So we can't call him Bangin' Benji. We just call him Benji.
Nobody's been able to get close enough to him.
You got to have somebody near you to run into him.
Here we go. We are set to go. Kirkpatrick brings him down as we are set. David Sisk drops the rag right now, and we are off and racing. Into turn number 1. 1 car length on the whole shot blue. Votar rides in the second spot. Cody Daniel to the inside. Side by side. Drew Garcia. Brandon Hood momentarily stabs a brake. He'll drop back momentarily. Tommy Honey on the top side. Garcia down on the bottom. That is your battle for the 4th spot. Now they go down to the bottom of the racetrack. Into turn number 1. Benji Kirkpatrick, Trey Votaw, Cody Daniel, Tommy Honey, Brandon Hood. That is your top 5. This time by Joe Spillman. 4 laps to go.
4 laps to go this time by Brandon Hood. Watch his car in the rubber, laying over on the right rear, pulling that left front all the way down the back straightaway. Is Brandon Hood. Right now, 13 of Benji Kirkpatrick has a little bit of company from Votaw on his top side through the middle of 3 and 4. But now Votaw going to open up potentially a little bit. See if he can diamond it down and get underneath Benji. Benji protecting the tires, protecting down on the bottom of the racetrack. He's 17 down and 3 to go this next time by. Votaw all over the rear bumper. You don't see that very often here. Somebody with a lot of drive and maybe a little more horsepower all over Benji Kirkpatrick. But as long as Benji don't mess up and get out of the rubber, he'll be okay. Now Tommy Honey down underneath Cody Daniel. Cody has to give that spot up or wreck them both. White flag is out. White flag is out this time by. Oh, Votaw's around. Votaw's around. We got a caution. I missed that one. I'm going to assume he just got in a little hot. There wasn't anybody behind him.
I think right there, Joe, he was going BTW right there, yes. Going into turn number 1 on that final lap. Votaw loses a grip. Kirkpatrick able to get away, however, it doesn't matter. Re-rack and restack. Votaw will go to the back of the pack for drawing the caution. But now you've got Cody Daniel and Tommy Honey. Those 2 guys are going to settle right there in behind Benji Kirkpatrick. This might be the time when that bumper gets a little bit stronger.
Quick shout out to my buddy Ruben Broussard. He just texted me to shut up. He was trying to watch a race and I am interrupting it. So good job, Ruben.
How about those modifieds, man?
Yeah, this is some good racing. Good racing.
You had your work cut out for you on that one.
Well, that was my first night as race director for the Toms, and I don't know if I call myself that, but I was helping. I kind of screwed up some stuff, but we'll fix it for tomorrow night at Abilene. All right, lights are out. Here we go.
Coming around, green flag in the air. We are racing 18 laps complete here in the Outlaw Street Stock. 1 car length into turn number 1. They immediately go down to the bottom of the racetrack. Tommy Honey rides in the second spot. Cody Daniel, Brandon Hood, Drew Garcia down on the inside, momentarily in the 5th spot. This time, white flag in the air. 1/4 mile to go for your race leader, Benji Kirkpatrick, car number 13. Tommy Honey in the 18K. Cody Daniel onto the back straightaway. They go a little bit of contact there with Brandon Hood. Trouble, turn number 4. Oh! Mayfield, Melvini. Side swipes and broadside hit right there.
Oh, that was a hard hit. 251 Mayfield sitting dead in the water, and I believe it's a 714 of Melvini. Is that correct? Yes.
And check that out, Joe. Knocked the front end right off of Brent Mayfield's car.
Out of nowhere.
He's not happy.
No, Mayfield is just sitting dead in the water, and Melvini comes through there and just wipes him out.
You know, you get in a situation like that, Joe. We both know it from being on the racetrack. It is so hard to lock it down. I mean, you see it happening. I mean, there's a car sitting right there. You want to avoid it, but you just can't lock it down. You have to realize what's coming from the backside. There may have been some contact from the backside, but that 251, and here is Brent Mayfield as he goes out looking for the 714, possibly.
I think he's just going to say, hey, y'all just tow my piece of junk off.
Yeah. Pick this thing up.
What a shame.
And Benji's like, again?
Yeah. Guys, we were at the checkered flag. Can we just throw it?
Tell you what, Drew Garcia is a guy that we talk about. We see him every Friday night right here at Heart of Texas Speedway in the Friday Night Lights. And the guy hasn't gone to victory lane. We haven't seen him in victory lane, at least since I've been here. I can tell you one thing, this dude is rock solid. This guy is always in that top 5. Some really, really good runs. And this class is just, if there's you want to talk about a hybrid class or something like that. I mean, this is really what it's all about right here. I mean, you show up, you see the very distinct differences
we got
in these
station
race
wagons,
cars.
we got Camaros, we had a truck last year, we got metric cars, leaf spring cars, Novas, old factory stocks, old modified, or not modifieds, but old stock cars, a little bit of everything out there. All right, David says, can we please give him one to go? Please?
David's like, I'm ready.
Please? Let's do it. Lights will be going out. Green, I'm assuming green, white, checkered.
The nice thing is with this, Joe, it's like he can want to do that, but he'll just turn the lights off, and we just go.
Yeah.
It's better with the lights off, they say.
Yeah, I'm not even going to touch that, right?
Texas two-step
not
Waco
gonna
restart.
touch that one.
Benji Kirkpatrick, Tommy Honey, Cody Daniel, Brandon Hood, green flag. We are off and racing. Look at that whole shot move right there, Joe. To the front once again, right down to the bottom of the racetrack. Tommy Honey's going to try to give chase. It's 1.5 car lengths down into turn number 3. Honey will close in right there. Final lap this time by Joe. White flag in the air.
Woo! Cody Daniel got in a bad spot there, opened up the inside a little bit. They just kind of mustered their way by him and kind of moved him out of the way a little bit. Went from 3rd to 4th, but I don't think there's going to be any competition for the 13 of Benji Kirkpatrick, followed by the Tommy Honey, Brandon Hood, Cody Daniel will be your top 4. So, that will round out your street stock race. Up next will be your IMCA Southern Modifieds. Next up. Yeah, we'll, had a question there about BTW going into 1 and 2, and I'll be asking Rodney about that. That was his saying. I'm wondering what we'll make him say that out loud. Switching roles a little bit, I'm going to stay up here, and Rodney's going to walk down there and talk to Benji Kirkpatrick, the 13. Your street stocks. Cody Daniel rolling into Tech in that 76 machine. Getting the 13 unstrapped and out of that machine. IMCA Southern Sport Mods next. Don't forget, next week we have sprint cars, we have junior limiteds. Junior limiteds are free pit passes for those drivers. So we got a lot of sponsors help out with that. So I believe he's about to get out of the race car. We'll turn it down to Victory Lane with Rodney Rodriguez.
Some kind of hot rod right here. Benji Kirkpatrick once again, man. It's like deja vu. We just did this a few days ago, man. Talk about this race car, man. You were running on a rail, and I mean, I know you called out some of the fans last time. I mean, man, you were just rolling.
Oh, I love the fans. I love when they boo. It don't make me any difference. Keep coming. But I got to thank Jerry Frederick. First and foremost, he let me drive this car. And Glenn Wilson with Wilson Chassis, Heart of Texas Speedway, Selby and the guys. Fields Motorsports, watching back at home. BC Electric, DFAB, BJ, Joel, Little Brian, Golden, and Truck Motive, and all the guys that sponsor me on a regular basis. Big Mo, Starter and Alternator. Thank all y'all. Thank y'all for coming out.
Hey, Benji, how is this racetrack tonight, man? This looks like multiple grooves. It's rubbered in really nice. I know we got a lot of wind floating around here, but looks like a pretty racy joint tonight.
Yes, it is pretty racy. They all slipped up right there on the start and gave me the bottom, so I just stuck to it until I seen somebody do something different. So it worked out. No, it's still racy. It looks dry, but it's still racy. And thanks to my fiance, Tammy, and it was my daughter's daddy-daughter dance. She did a hell of a job, 7-year-old. And thanks to my son. Thank y'all again.
There he is, man with a plan. Benji Kirkpatrick wins it tonight in the Outlaw Street Stocks at Heart of Texas Speedway.
Up next will be your IMCA Southern Sport Mods. 51 of James Kelly slated to be on the pole, and the outside of 3 of Corbin Willett. Inside row number 2, the 9M of Pat McGuire, and the outside of 21T of Taylor Florio. Inside row number 3, the 601 of Trevor Cockburn, and the outside, the 88 of Austin Moore. Inside row number 4, the 12 of Brandon Guerin, and the outside, the 5X of Michael Dabney. Inside row number 5, that's my buddy Kane Buckmeyer in the 69X, and the outside, the 99 JR, Michael Maples. Inside row number 6, the 91 of Jack Lewis, and the outside, 717 of G.W. Egbert. Looks like the entire front row is missing. It looks like Willett is going to start from the back. So it'll be 9M of Pat McGuire on the inside, and 21T of Taylor Florio on the outside. David Sis says, can we turn the lights out?
He's ready.
We got somebody crossing the track. It'll be like an obstacle course.
Green flag. No, just kidding.
You scared me. Don't scare me. Hey, we had a question. Sammy Garrett over at the 542 Speed Shop is watching at home. When Votal went into the turn, you said he was BTW. Can you describe what that means, Rodney? Because I'm a little confused too. What?
That means by the way.
Oh, by the way, I'm going for the win. Oh, by the way, I'm going for the win.
By the way.
Okay.
By the way.
Yeah.
That's for our PG-13 audience.
And anybody else that wants to think about basketballs, footballs, tennis balls?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good sport.
Yes.
And we'll just go to the wall.
That's right.
So.
This is a non-ball sport.
No, it isn't.
So they say.
Well, there's a couple ladies out there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Come on, Rodney.
Okay.
There's a pretty good chance we both get fired by the end of the night.
That's right.
This will be silence, or probably somebody better than us next week. We'll both be fired.
It's been fun.
It's been fun. We want to thank everybody for your support. We'll be seeing you in the stands next week.
That's right. We'll be sitting right around here with our man Jack.
We're going to sit by Jack, and we're going to boo every driver we don't like.
That's right. All right, what do you say? Let's turn these lights off and let's get fired up.
That's a good idea.
IMCA Southern Sport Mods final main event under the Friday night lights tonight. As we get set to go, Pat McGuire brings the field around. Green flag. We are off and racing. McGuire, Florio on the top side. Chris Cockburn down on the bottom. Into turn number 1, Cockburn's going to take
Cockburn's got the line and the rubber down on the bottom side.
Look at that big nasty. He'll go to the point. Here comes Brandon Guerin. Pat McGuire rides in second. Side by side, battle for third. Here is Guerin. Guerin closely followed by Michael Dabney. Into turn number 1 they go, Joe. Big Nasty's doing it tonight.
Yeah, he's a little nasty. Little nasty down in the rubber. If you can keep the car planted down on the bottom down there, but you can't open it up on the exit right there. Lost some lights on the 3 and 1 and 2. We lost some major lighting right there. Let's go caution.
All right.
It's a little dark. Everybody get their phones out and point down to 1 and 2, and let's see if we can get enough lighting to finish this race out.
The night the lights went out in Belmead, a brand new hit by Reba McIntyre.
Well, except we're in Elmont.
Oh, Elmont, sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
Belmead's another racetrack that used to be there. We used to race at years and years ago.
I'm all confused.
I know. You'll get that on those
I'm
big
from
jobs.
Williamson County.
Oh, so chances are if you get arrested, you go to jail forever and ever and ever for doing absolutely nothing.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
All right, we're going to have a red flag. We're going to send Big Mike over to the
somebody probably leaned on a light pole or something and maybe
Mike just turned his headlights on. That should be enough to race.
Yeah, we'll be all right. So that is in turns 1 and 2. Just I was just thinking, man, this is
I just looked. That's 11:04, and I'm like, the last feature's rolling out. It's going to be nice.
I was thinking, what an efficient show we have going on here.
What an idiot. What a dang idiot I am.
Want to remind everybody, coming up on Friday, 2 weeks from tonight, on Friday, May the 6th, the annual Demolition Derby. If you get 10 cars out here, $1,000 to win. There's no payout. It's $1,000 to win if you can get to the end of that thing. And that's really cool, Joe. I mean, because you and I mean, we've done this long enough. You know, you remember those Speedorama days, and you'd have a demo derby every now and then.
Figure 8 race?
Yeah, figure 8, all that good stuff. So we bring them out here. You put them on the front straightaway and let these guys just bang the heck out of each other.
Yep.
They go BTW in that one as well.
Oh, by the way.
Oh,
you remember what was it? Was it lug nuts?
Lug nut. Oh, yeah. You remember that?
And
Elmer
what was
Jean.
it? Mother Jugs and Speed was the safety.
Mother Jugs.
Was that? Am I right?
That's exactly
I was
right.
in the stands, probably 8, 9 years old. I was in the stands, and all I could think about was Mother Jugs.
And Speed. That old Chevrolet truck. Good stuff. Your history lesson presented by Race on Texas.
Race on Texas, $39.99 all access pass. Once again, thanks to the Tom's Racers and Tom's Series for being here tonight. Put on a good show. Tomorrow night we'll be in Abilene doing that. And as we always say, if you're not here, not racing, somewhere tomorrow night, go somewhere and race. Go somewhere and watch. We'll be in Abilene. A lot of people be at Cotton Bowl Speedway. A lot of people be up at Kennedale. So go support a race somewhere. Big Nasty down there giving son some tips. Tell him, Big Nasty. Tell him. I told you, son. Stay in that rubber.
That's right.
We got him. We got him, Dad. So, let's see if we can get the lights up and running. Yeah, Selby's down there and I can't see him, so that's not good.
Little Nasty said, Daddy, I ain't never listened to you.
Yeah. I've coached plenty of kids in baseball, and I know what it's like when the kiddos don't listen to the dad. So, I've been there. Don't forget, next week, Junior Limiteds will have free entry. We'll have sprint cars next week. I will be here. Rodney, where will you be next week? You going to Mobile?
I'm going to Mobile.
Mobile, Alabama.
To Mobile.
Big time. Hey, when you get famous and you go all the way up the ladder, will you remember the little guys that was here with you? Just drag me along.
Absolutely. I got to tell you, Joe, I mean, you're the guy that I was talking to someone the other day, and they were saying, man, you know a lot about dirt track racing. I said, well, it's because Joe Spillman taught me.
I mean, he taught me everything wrong, but he taught me a lot.
I don't know anything, but he uses phrases, and I use them too, and apparently they're right. So,
yeah, sometimes.
So it's always a good thing. So,
but
momentary light delay going on right now.
We hope it's momentarily.
Yeah, exactly.
If we can't figure it out, I'm gonna say if we can't figure it out, we're just gonna call it like a rain out, and then we'll just make this feature up later in the year at some point.
Could be.
That's what I would do.
Or we just run it, like. Remember the old days of the Dallas Cowboy games when part of the stadium was lit and the other part was dark, when the roof was open?
Were they any better back then? Because they are.
Back then they were. Back then they were.
Yeah.
That was back in the old days.
Oh, yeah.
So we will wait. Trevor Cogburn is your leader. Pat McGuire, Brandon Guerin.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess they got one down. I don't know. I don't know that they got one down. They may be going to do a complete restart. But I bet Cogburn does not slip up out of that rubber again because he did. You can't open when you got the veterans behind you, Taylor Florio, Pat McGuire, Brandon Guerin, Dabney, Moore. You got all those veterans behind you. You can't open that door when the track has that lockdown rubber on the bottom. You have to protect that bottom. Big Mike used to tell me, you got a rear bumper for a reason. Let them beat it off of you.
That's right.
And so let's see what's going to happen. Y'all be sure if you're out west, come out and visit me. I'll be out at Abilene tomorrow night with the Tom Series. Go visit Rob and Libby Poor. If you're down south, be sure to go visit our friends over at Cotton Bowl Speedway, Mary Ann and H. So always run a good show down there at Big Track. Smooth. H has done a good job this year with that race, that track and that track prep. So if you're down south, central Texas, be sure to go down there and visit Marianne and H.
Hey, Joe, talk about the science of that because I saw a lot of folks beating up some of the NASCAR people last week about track prep. And I mean, it's one thing. Yeah, we know what we want the track to do, but I mean, it's a hell of a lot easier to say the track sucks, but to prepare this thing, I mean, you got to know the dirt. The dirt is different everywhere.
But not only that, it's different every week. If it's more humid and still and not a lot of wind, the track's going to hold that moisture better, and it's going to hold up better as far as maintaining a juiced up or a juicy track. To where if it's like it is now, I mean it's not hot yet. It's in the 80s, but the wind is blowing 127 miles an hour,
at least,
and the sun's beating down on it. I don't care how much water you put in it, you're going to get a racetrack like this,
right?
And then you'll get those where it rains Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And all that moisture is just going to be soft, and there's no way to get it.
It's going to be tacky.
It's going to be heavy, tacky, but it's probably going to be rough, because it's going to chunk out of there. And it's going to have, to be positive, we call it character. When I was a racer, we would say it was a piece of crap and it was, rutted up. But, it's just, you can never predict week in and week out because the weather is different every week.
Changes every time, yeah.
So
I think the misconception is for a lot of folks that don't understand, you can't come out for like a Friday night race at Heart of Texas Speedway. You can't start working on the track Thursday night. I mean, this is ongoing.
It's a weekly. It's a Sunday afternoon. You know, you race on Friday. They start Sunday. You know, probably cut the track up, let it get some air to it, get some of that rubber out of the track, and then probably start watering it Monday, Tuesday. Let it set, kind of let it soak in. Again, the weather's going to determine that. If it's windy like it is now, you can water this thing every day, all day long, and it's still going to be the same racetrack because it's just too windy and it's too dry, you know. So we'll just, you know, you get what you get. The important thing is everybody has to race on the same track.
That's it.
You know, it's not like, you know, I'm not a big fan of time trials because a lot of times the track does change from lap to lap and from session to session. And when you have time trials, if you're in that first session and the track is green and slimy, well, it's going to be slow, you know? And then you get that middle session where it's heavy, hammer down. I mean, you can just fly around there. And then the end session is slicked off and, you know, and doesn't have as much bite. And that's why I'm not a big fan of quote-unquote time trials like they do.
Yeah. Well, and I got to say, I think one of the things that I saw last week with the NASCAR thing, and again, no offense to my NASCAR friends, but really what I saw right there is they had these guys practicing in the heat of the day for a Sunday night race.
Right.
And that's really
well, we hope they're professionals and they realize that. Though,
well,
you know?
well, so
you'd also hope that they'd be smart enough to take the stupid windshields out of the car. Why do they have windshields at a dirt track? I mean, they have $1 million race teams. They can't afford some zip ties and take the windshields out or something? I mean, come on, man.
I can tell you with those cars, because I've seen that car up close, and there's a lot of stuff in there that if you get it wet, you get it muddy, that it may affect, you know, whether it be, they don't do the MSDs or whatever, but I'm not sure what all they have in there. But if you get that stuff muddied up, it could affect the reliability of the car.
Maybe so. I'll give you
I don't know, but
the benefit of the doubt. I don't know. I don't know. So
we're in a light delay here at literally a light delay. But I got to tell you, you want to talk about a man of the people? Look at Selby Holder out here.
He's over here talking to Jack.
Out here talking to Jack. Jack's telling him how to run the track. I mean,
telling him to disqualify, DQ'd Duloc every time.
47 and 68 need to be DQ'd every race.
Night.
Don't even let him in the gate.
Yeah. So. Yeah, Selby. Hello, Jack. Oh, Jack's standing up. We're in trouble. Hey, Jack. Next week is Shannon Duloc night.
Yeah, we got to get him.
If you wear Shannon Duloc gear, you get in free next week.
And now we're gonna have some company.
Jack, you can go put on your favorite Shannon Duloc shirt, and you can come out here next week and get in free. I'll pay your entry in if you wear a Duloc shirt. I tell you what, Jack, I'll make you a deal. You wear a Shannon Duloc shirt next week, I'll pay for your pass the rest of the year. I'll pay for your pass the rest of the year if you wear a Duloc shirt next week.
Hey, you need to cut that off when I'm going to tell you something.
As you can tell, Jack has made his way up here to the perch. Lights are back on the racetrack as we get set to go. This is the place. Heart of Texas Speedway like no other right here. Just love this place. Longest running racetrack in the state of Texas. And it's guys like Brother Jack that come out here and keep it real. We got the cars fired up. The lights are out or on, as a matter of fact. And we are set to go 2 laps complete with the IMCA Southern Sport Modifieds. Trevor Cockburn up on the point in the 601. Down on the inside, Pat McGuire in the 9M. On the outside, Brandon Guerin.
I don't even know if you have one.
That is how they run right now. Still 18 laps to go in the IMCA Southern Sport Mods. Final main event of the night here tonight under your Friday night lights.
He just agreed if I have him a shirt next week, he will wear it, and then he'll get a I'll buy his pass for the rest of the year. Jack. Here we go.
Green flag. We're off and going. Here's Cogburn. Green flag in the air. We don't mess around here. Lights are out. Let's go racing. Here we go.
Cogburn, keep it down on the bottom, buddy. There you go. Rotate that car through the rubber. Dabney now down on the bottom. Florio, Brandon Guerin up out of the rubber and loses 3 spots right there. Pat McGuire up out of the rubber. Cogburn down on the bottom of the racetrack. Whatever Papa Cogburn said to him seems to have stuck.
Yeah. Dabney trying to go back-to-back as he rides in that second spot. He's 5 car lengths behind Trevor Cogburn out of corner number 4. They make their way down. Another lap in the books right there. I think our scoreboard has frozen up, so we'll just have to kind of manually figure out how many laps we actually have in here. Dabney rides in the second spot. Taylor Florio, Brandon Guerin. Here comes Austin Moore side by side behind him. Egbert in the 717. Pat McGuire this time by. This is lap number 5. 5 laps complete onto the back straightaway. They go 4 laps complete. And here comes Michael Dabney. Dabney trying to go back-to-back, Joe. He's half a car length behind, chasing down Trevor Cogburn in the 601. Side by side, the battle for third. Brandon Guerin on the inside. Taylor Florio trying to protect the inside. Guerin trying to find something to do down there. Onto the back straightaway they go. Here comes Dabney. Dabney up to the back bumper. Out of turn number 4. Michael Dabney takes a peek down to the inside. Side by side down the front straightaway. Into turn number 1. Trevor Cogburn on the top side. Michael Dabney down on the bottom. Trying to go 2 for 2. And he is now your brand new race leader. Michael Dabney in the 5M.
Dabney Trevor Cogburn just opened the door a little bit and then let Dabney get down underneath him, kind of run down on the inside of him. You get that when you have these one-lane tracks right down on the bottom. It gets super aggressive. Now let's see what Brandon Guerin can do trying to get up on Florio. Florio down on the bottom on the rubber. She gets off there good, and that will keep Brandon Guerin in the 4th position. Here comes Dabney now up onto the lap traffic in the 91 of Jack Lewis, I believe it is. Lewis going to be moved up out of the way and let the leaders come on. Thank you there, Mr. Lewis. 5 laps to go.
Race leader Michael Dabney, he now leads that time by 1.606 seconds. Action happening behind him. Trevor Cogburn right there, 1.5 car lengths behind him is Taylor Florio. Right on her tail is the 12 of Brandon Guerin. Here they come making their way around.
Egbert started in place number 12. He got up on the top side of 1 and 2 and made up a bunch of room. And now he's up in the top 3, 4 all of a sudden. Still going to be Dabney, followed by Cogburn, Florio, Brandon Guerin, and GW Egbert rounds out the top 5.
All right, throw a blanket over that second place battle as you check in on the Race on Texas All Access. Trevor Cogburn hanging on 2 sticks in the air that time by. Cogburn, Taylor Florio, Brandon Guerin. Egbert is right there making his way, charging his way up. Up at the front of the packet is Dabney. Almost 3 seconds is the advantage. Bottom of the racetrack, Dabney. White flag in the air. 1/4 mile. One more time around for Michael Dabney as he looks to go back-to-back. Trevor Cogburn, Taylor Florio, Brandon Guerin, GW Egbert as they make their way around into turn number 3. Checkered flag in the air, this time by from David Sisk. Back-to-back Michael Dabney in the 5X will win here tonight at Heart of Texas Speedway. Trevor Cogburn, Taylor Florio, Brandon Guerin, GW Egbert rounds out your top 5. Austin Moore and Pat McGuire as we see for one final time tonight. The 11:25 nightly Friday night train makes its way by. Perfect timing at the end of the night. Fantastic drive for Michael Dabney as he doubles up and picks up another race win here near IMCA Southern Sport Modifieds tonight at Heart of Texas Speedway. What a night of action. We want to see you back here next Friday night. Bookmark it, write it down, put it in your Palm Pilot. 2 weeks from tonight, May the 6th, under the Friday night lights at the conclusion of the race program. It'll be the annual Demolition Derby right here at the world-famous Heart of Texas Speedway, where champions race and legends are born, and where we have one heck of a Demolition Derby that's coming up in 2 weeks. We're back here next Friday night with the sprint cars. It's going to be a fantastic night of action as we get ready to head down once again to O'Reilly Auto Parts Victory Lane, another familiar face in Victory Lane in that 5X. As I said, doing it back-to-back. It is Michael Dabney. We'll go downstairs to Joe.
Michael Dabney out of the race car, your Southern Sport Mod winner, the 5X. Hey, buddy. It's 2 for 2.
Back-to-back weekends, that's not too bad. I had my lucky shirt on tonight, so, you know, it put me in victory lane just like he does.
Brandon Guerin's shirt on.
Oh, yeah.
So, how'd it feel out there? Who do you got to think and all of that?
Track felt great. I mean, there was a lot of rubber on the track, so I knew that I had to get up front and take advantage of it. All those cars driving in too hard, quick, and get to the front and just hold on to it. But I'd like to thank everybody that helps me out. Urian Race Fuels, Speed Secrets, Lakeside Ice, Lefty's Mobile Detailing, Hayden Wade, RaceCondo.com, Erica and James, Matt, definitely this guy, Chad Reedy, my girlfriend, Hope. Appreciate everyone. You want talking to Mike?
What's up, buddy? What's your name?
Say good job. Say Jaden.
Jaden. Good job.
That's Jaden saying good job. Hey, good job, Michael. Good to see you here. That concludes it for tonight. Be safe driving home. We will see everybody here tomorrow, next week. Same time, same place. Remember, tomorrow night, go somewhere. Go watch some racing. Go to Kennedale. Go to Cotton Bowl. Go to Abilene Speedway. I will be at Abilene with the Toms. So we look forward to seeing you at a racetrack soon.